college football in the Deep South. Sacred as a sunny afternoon, where the anticipation of the moment is almost as satisfying as the game itself. LSU, SEC champs in 2001, eager to make another run at the title. Georgia, the reigning title holders, awaiting all challengers. Today, in the low country of the Louisiana Bayou, the Tigers and the Bulldogs meet in an eagerly anticipated early season showdown that will make a bold statement about the balance of power in the SEC. Georgia LSU. Grab a seat before it's too late. We welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Some Saturdays in September are more special than others. This is one of them. The undefeated Georgia Bulldogs against the unbeaten LSU Tigers. Before a crowd at Tiger Stadium expected to surpass 92,000. Vern Lundquist along with Todd Blackledge and Jill Arrington. Glad we could share Southeastern Conference football with you. Just about set to go. LSU has won the toss and elected to receive. And that means Billy Bennett, the senior place kicker, will do the chores for the Georgia Bulldogs. Surprisingly, these two teams have met only 10 times in the last 50 years. Last meeting was here in '99, a one-point game. LSU has not won in this series since 1990. This is Skylar Green, number 5. As Billy Bennett goes for the corner, and LSU will take over at the 22-yard line. And the quarterback, the 24-year-old junior, Mac Mock, despite being 24, he played 3 seasons of minor league baseball. This is only his 10th start.
And he's playing very well right now. And he had a bad injury to his right foot last year. He's a better quarterback this year, a lot in part due to that injury. And he is playing very well right now through the first 3 games.
Joseph Adai, number 10, is in the backfield. That's Michael Clayton in motion, and a whistle before the snap on the far side. Referee today, Rocky Good.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Nick Saban, 4th year head coach, came here from Michigan State. They have won all 3 seasons. They have been to a bowl all 3 seasons. And his counterpart in his 3rd year is Mark Richt, 42 years of age, 24-5 as the head coach at Georgia. Now the I formation. Kevin Stites is the fullback. And Joseph Adai, number 10, goes in motion. Off will throw with a quick setup. Goes deep left side for a dive behind him. And incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 15. Let's check the Earthlink starting lineups now. You have met Mac Mock. And he is joined offensively by a very, very veteran offensive line. Whitworth, Livings, Wilkerson, Peterman, preseason All-American, and Rodney Reed, an All-American academic. Adai and Stites in the background. Stelz, Clayton, Henderson, and Edwards are the 2 wide receivers and the tight end. 2nd and 15. Draw play, Adai. He had fumble problems last week. Dropped it twice in the win over Western Illinois. He gets a couple of yards this time. Let's introduce you to the Georgia defense. Brian Van Gorder, the defensive coordinator, Gathers, Gant, Golston, the All-American David Pollock up front. Fresh set of linebackers, all 3 first-year starters. It's Harrison, Thurman, and Taylor. And in the defensive secondary, they've been banged up with suspensions and injuries. Thomas Davis is having a wonderful year, as is Sean Jones, and there is Brian Van Gordon.
And a perfect situation for his defense. First third down, 3rd and 14.
Clayton across the middle, avoids a tackle, picks up a first down.
There are a lot of good football players in this game today. I think number 14 for LSU is the best player on the field. Michael Clayton, the wide receiver, is a big-time football player. He's not just a good skill player. He is an excellent football player. Plays a little defense. And Matt Mock, on his first third down throw, comes up big to his favorite target.
Picked up 21 last week. 9 of those 11 catches for 134 yards came in the first half. Here's the inside handoff to Adai, number 10. And he picks up a couple of yards. But a big third down conversion.
Huge. And LSU coming into the game converting over 50% on third down. And that's hard when you get third down and more than 10. But a big conversion on their opening possession.
Second down and 8, and Chiron Carey has replaced Adai at the tailback spot. Carey, a little one, 5'6". He's small, but he's not little, I guess is what they said. He totes 185 pounds on a 5'6" frame and had 124 yards rushing last week. Mock to his tight end, Eric Edwards, for another first down. Only the second catch of the season for the tight end, Edwards, and a first down. Michael Clayton.
Yeah, he's a special player. I mean, he's a great receiver. He's a deep threat, a guy who can stretch the field. He's strong and physical. He can break tackles. But he's also a talented safety, and he holds on field goals and extra points. Now, we probably won't see him much on defense today unless it's an emergency. But you better believe Georgia is going to know exactly where he lines up offensively every time they're on the field.
6'4" junior lines up left side this time. There's a toss. Chiron Carey. Nifty little misdirection play, but well diagnosed by Bruce Thornton, number 7 for Georgia.
One of the things I like about this LSU offense, and Jimbo Fisher, the coordinator, has been here 4 years. He does a great job of changing up formations and moving his guys around. There's Jimbo right there in the center. And Jimbo does a nice job of moving Michael Clayton, setting him up in different places so that you can't get a lock on him and double cover him. I mean, he does that as well as anybody. You'll see Michael Clayton line up all over the place in this game. Right now, he's in the slot here, number 14.
And Dwayne Bowe is up on the line, farthest to the right, bottom of the screen, on second down. Not much of pressure, and this one is caught. Now dropped. Skylar Green, number 5, had both hands on it, but could not hang on.
And this is a good decision by Matt Mock, because the guy in coverage there was Odell Thurman, a middle linebacker, who never looked around for the football. So you tell the quarterback, if he doesn't look, throw it right past his ear. And he never knew where the football was, but instinctively was able to reach his right hand in there and maybe help to pull it out. But a good read and a good throw by Matt Mock.
See that LSU has excelled in third down conversions through the first 3 games. They look at a 3rd and 8 here, spread formation. Ben Wilkerson, the center, will snap it back. And 4-man rush, not much pressure. Mock, timing pattern, left side for Skylar Green. It's tipped and incomplete by Bruce Thornton.
He threw it behind him, and Matt Mock a little upset with the lack of timing on that throw, but that ball looked to be a little bit behind Skylar Green. Skylar Green's a younger receiver. As he goes out, this ball is thrown off his back shoulder and knocked away by Thornton.
That's going to bring on Donnie Jones, who has had only 1 punt in the last 2 games. He did not punt last week. It was a bad snap over his head, and he had 1 punt in a win at Arizona. This one taken by Damian Gary. Dangerous catch by Gary, the veteran punt return man. 27-yard punt, nothing on the return. Georgia has held, and they get the ball. We'll be back at Tiger Stadium in a moment.
The newly redesigned 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix with 260 horsepower to help you get the most out of your ride. And OnStar stolen vehicle tracking to help you get your ride back. Fuel for the soul. Designed to resist water, dust, snow, imitation. There's no other digital camera like it. Stylus Digital from Olympus. Designed to do more.
I'm gonna have a breakfast toaster sandwich with ham.
Are you talking about the sourdough breakfast?
Sonic has them on this Texas toast.
We have the regular bun, the sesame, or the sourdough.
But Sonic has these Texas toaster ones. That's not.
I'll just.
Okay, this isn't Sonic. This is.
Thick Texas toast. Sonic's got it, others don't. Breakfast at Sonic, featuring our delicious new Breakfast Club toaster sandwich made with ham, egg, cheese, tomato, and bacon. Have a good morning.
Hundreds of supermodels. One twisted killer. Our hit and run is now a murder. The season premiere of CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
We welcome you back to Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. What are your expectations for this one, Todd?
I think it's going to be a close game, a physical game, and I think there are two major keys in the game. Whoever wins the kicking game, the special teams, and that shows up in big plays and field position, and whichever defensive front seven can impose their will on the other team throughout the course of the game, and that shows up in stopping the run and then getting after the quarterback. Whichever team does that the best is going to win this football game.
Well, LSU's defense will have a shot at David Green right now. And David Green has been superb this year. Here comes the blitz. Green, Damian Gary, wide open out to the left. And that's a 14-yard pickup out to the 35-yard line. David Green has been mentioned in the same phrase with Heisman Trophy now. He's yet to throw an interception this season. That's 140 throws without an interception going back over last year. And he's never been beaten on the road.
And what makes him so tough is that he's hard to fool. I mean, he was not fooled by that blitz on the opening play of the game. Saw it right away and threw it to Damian Gary.
First down and 10. Up the middle it goes to Michael Cooper, number 5, who's getting his second consecutive start. And the Earthlake lineups will check the Georgia offense. Unlike LSU, this is an inexperienced offensive line. Inman, Brock, Tanner, Miller, and Max Gene Gillis. They also are without their tight end, Fred Gibson, who didn't make the trip with an injury. Their wide receiver, Michael Cooper, Thomas, Gary, Reggie Brown, and Robert Brannon starts for the injured Ben Watson. Gibson, Watson, and the running back, Tony Milton, not suiting up today because of injury. Blitz, Green, screen pass. At the feet of Tyson Browning, number 31, getting his first action.
And right away, you can see that this is an aggressive LSU defense. As we take a look at their starters, they do not sit back. They come after you.
And the defensive line, Spears, Wyatt, Lavallee, and Marquise Hill, a very solid front four. In the middle, Lionel Turner, Alexander, and Mays on the outside. And the secondary, Corey Webster, Travis Daniels, Jack Hunt, Ronnie Prude. They don't think their safeties are the best set of safeties in the SEC. Here's Green. Deep down the middle, caught. Reggie Brown breaks a tackle and has some room across the 45. That's a gain of 20. Jack Hunt, one of those safeties, missed the tackle.
Georgia has had the ball for 4 plays on offense. LSU has blitzed all 4 plays. The key is, can we protect our quarterback against the blitz? And that's exactly what they did. David Green was able to stay in the pocket, read the coverage, and find his single receiver, Reggie Brown, who has caught 14 balls in the last 2 ball games.
Had 7 for 104 last week in the win over South Carolina. At the 43, first down, scoreless first quarter. This is Tyson Browning, number 31. And we go back to New York and spend a moment with Tim Brando.
All right, Vernon Todd, one of the teams that had the least credibility, that was unbeaten, went down today. Kansas State's Jeff Schwinn on 4th down, pass incomplete, and Marshall completes it. They had won 41 consecutive non-conference home games until today. They're gone.
Wow is right. Thundering Herd.
I'll tell you what, they played well, though. They gave Tennessee all they could handle in Knoxville, too.
On second down, here's Green. Nobody open. Towards to his left. Pulls up and throws it away. So efficient. Doesn't make mistakes. And that time just took the loss of down. It'll be 3rd down.
And not a good sign for LSU. Their best defender, Chad Lavallee, number 93, was hobbling off the field at the end of that play. He's their motor guy. He's their version of David Pollock, who gets that defense going and gets them charged up. And he came hobbling off the field after that last second down play.
Kyle Williams, number 95, takes his spot. Third down. High formation behind David Green. 5-step drop. Pressure. Sack. It'll be fourth down at the 40.
They had triple coverage on Reggie Brown. They showed blitz, and Georgia went with a max protection. They only let 2 guys go out on the pattern, Reggie Brown and the fullback, Jeremy Thomas. Watch all these guys stay in here to block. They got max protection, but Reggie Brown is going to get triple covered down the field, and David Green nowhere to go with the football.
That's going to bring on Gordon Ely Kelso to punt.
Easy for you to say.
It's not either. Verbally dyslexic. Chiron Gary is back. Nice and high. He had a superb game last week against South Carolina. Goes for the corner here. Touchback. Boy, just about got it. Ely Kelso. And the Tigers come on offense for the second time. No score. 9-12 to go. Opening stanza.
Let's see what we got today.
Where's the jersey? There's the jersey.
You've been outbid.
I've been outbid.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm switching to Earthlink.
Speed up your internet with new Earthlink Accelerator. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, and you don't need new hardware. Call 1-800-EARTHLINK and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
Blitz, every chance you get. Pontiac vibe. Fuel for the soul.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's an opportunity to make your home look great. Right now at Home Depot or Expo Design Center, make no payments and get no interest for 12 months on any purchase, store-wide of $2.99 or more. Just use your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. No coupon needed. It's all part of the Dream It, Design It, Do It event going on now. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
It passes better than a West Coast offense. The newly redesigned 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. Fuel for the soul.
The season premiere of Everybody Loves Raymond.
I told you I wanted to go golfing.
And I said too bad.
I thought that meant for you.
CBS Monday. Tell everybody.
Doubleheader for you tomorrow. The NFL on CBS. 4 games early, 2 late. And it all begins with the NFL today. Jim Nance, Dan Marino, Deion Sanders. Boomer Esiason didn't get equal airtime. Phones will be ringing. First down and 10. No score. Matt Moss. Handoff. Adai tries to dart to the right side, and Odell Thurman, the middle linebacker, got him by the shirt.
Thanks to an assist from David Pollock, who forced the play outside.
And let's check in with Jill Arrington. Jill?
Hi, Vern. Just a quick update on Chad Lavallee. Someone fell on his right ankle, but he is okay. He's the key to the defense. They need him on the field, and he'll be back out there.
Okay, thanks.
That's good news for LSU,
yes,
because he is a good football player, and more important, probably an emotional leader.
Second down, 11. Here's Mock, injured in the win over Florida last year, missed the rest of the season with a very severe right foot injury. Now Mock back to play, comes across underneath, and Skylar Green is upended by Bruce Thornton. Well, 2 good defensive linemen today. Different kind of styles.
Yeah, well, and they're both coaches' dreams. And what I mean by that, David Pollock and Chad Lavallee are guys that have great motors. They never take a play off. They play every play hard, and they have a passion for the game that is unique. You would hope everybody on your team had the same passion for the game of football, but unfortunately they don't. These 2 guys set the tempo for their respective teams.
There's David Pollock, and one of his teammates is down right now. Tony Taylor, the starting linebacker. Pollock for the season, no sacks. He had 16 a year ago and 23 tackles for loss, but he has been a force for them.
See, he shows up in a game in ways that you can't measure with statistics. So does Chad Lavallee. I mean, it's not all about tackles and sacks and tackles behind the line of scrimmage. It's also, do you force bad plays? And both these guys do that.
Now Tony Taylor being assisted to his feet and to the sideline, favoring his right leg.
And Tony Taylor is one of those new linebackers, just got in kind of an awkward position at the end of that tackle. And Michael Clayton, who was coming in to block. Now, Michael Clayton, we said he's a great football player. He is a tenacious blocker, and that was not a dirty hit in any way, but he's a physical wide receiver when he blocks down the field.
Tony Taylor, whose father, Nate Taylor, was a starter in 1979, his first year as a starter, and the last time that Georgia had 3 new starting linebackers.
And Derek White is now in the game. Derek White did not play last week against South Carolina, so good to have him back for Georgia.
Derek White wears number 53. Here's Mock dropped a little behind Skylar Green, but catchable.
And very interesting. 2, I think, outstanding defenses and philosophies, but very different. Georgia is not a blitz defense. They're a zone-oriented defense. If they do blitz, it's a zone blitz. LSU is a lot of pressure, man-to-man press coverage. Both of them very effective, but very different. And the zone coverage got to Matt Mock that time.
There's Donnie Jones. Last year, a 44-yard average. He is one of the better punters in the country. And lets this one go. Damian Gary will return it. Has some room. Out to the 48-yard line. And with that return, Damian Gary's 89th, he ties the school record for number of returns in a career.
You know, you talk about a punt returner, the key is making the first guy miss. Adrian Mays was in good position. Damian Gary just left him sprawled on the grass with a good return.
By out-accelerating, out-handling, and outperforming the competition, the Grand Prix Comp G earned Pontiac the right to become the official performance machines of the NCAA. The newly redesigned 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. Fuel for the soul.
The inspector's on site. What should I do? Hello, guys. What should I... He's going to pull the permit. What should I do? Is anybody there?
If your walkie-talkie service is unavailable, bad things can happen. Now there's a push-to-talk from Verizon Wireless, brought to you on America's best, most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now?
Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
I bet you Noah got pretty hungry staring at those 2 cows while holed up on that boat. Probably thought to himself, there are a lot of other animals. Who's going to miss them? Hats off, Noah. You're a stronger man than me.
Monday on an all-new Dave.
Give me a definition of neuroses. What is a neurotic?
Can we get a mirror?
Dave and Dr. Phil go at it again Monday.
Back at Tiger Stadium, can't get enough college football news? Then check out Dennis Dodd's column and find out what's really going on from the insider's view of college football. That's at CBSSportsline.com or at CBS Sportsline on AOL. Good field position now for the Bulldogs in their second set.
And again, that's when you talk about special teams, it's not just big returns or big blocks, it's field position as well.
Reverse, Reggie Brown has one man to get by. That's Jack Hunt. And he does that. A big gain, and we go back to Tim Brando in New York.
Well, the Quack Attack awfully tough at Autzen Stadium. Had a 9-minute drive, Vern, and then they go for this field goal. But Michigan comes up with a block. Marlon Jackson does it. Jeremy LeSueur picks it up gets the touchdown. They missed the extra point, so it's 6-0 Wolverines against Oregon.
All right, Tim, the late Bob Ufer would have gone over the top on that one with Michigan.
Watson Stadium's not a big place, but it is very loud. Probably the loudest place in the Pac-10.
First down and 10. Here's David Green with a soft pass to Tyson Browning, number 31. Browning is the tallest, or the smallest, rather, of the running backs, and he served a 3-game suspension for undisclosed infractions, so he is seeing action for the first time in 2003 this afternoon.
He was a little outlet receiver that time for David Green. Now, the problem, if you're going to blitz David Green, you better make sure you get to him, because if you don't get to him, he's too good. I mean, he's too accurate with the football, and he reads defenses so well. So if you're going to blitz him, you better make sure you get to him.
No blitz look this time on first down. Here's Green back to the right side. Damian Gary with the screen pass. Has 2 blockers in front, and he is spilled inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Again, fine play fake by David Green.
Nice mixing up of the run and pass, play action. When you have a fast, aggressive defense, a lot of times misdirection type things are a good way to attack that. They had the reverse on the first play after the punt return. Now a throwback screen.
And a first down. Big gains on this set. They started at their own 47. Browning is the only running back now. David Green out of the spread. Comes a stunt. That one tipped away by Jack Hunt. Nice job defensively. Intended for Michael Johnson, and Hunt went down low and knocked it away.
See, Nick Saban, I mean, he said, look, I love David Green. He's a great quarterback, but we are not going to sit back in zone defense and play off these receivers and let him just pick us apart. We are going to go after him.
Sean Bailey is wide right. In the red zone this year, 50% touchdown average for Georgia. Here comes the blitz again. Green reads it, goes to the hot receiver, and Gary with a drop.
And Damian Gary is a veteran guy. You don't see him drop many footballs. That's why he's an excellent punt returner as well, because he catches the ball consistently. But he just got in a little bit of a hurry to turn upfield on that play.
David Green on third down this year. We double-checked this.
That's insane.
19-20. He was perfect 7 of 7 last week in the win over South Carolina. Here comes the safety blitz. Down the middle, tipped by Lavallee, or Browning had the touchdown.
Oh, he was wide open. I mean, this was a design play. It's kind of a trick-em play where they slip the back out when you expect them to block, and Lavallee just instinctively reacted. Watch Browning just slip through here, and nobody picks him up. It's a safety blitz, and Jack Hunt ran right by him, and Lavallee just was watching the quarterback and dropped back. He was spying in the middle, and he made a play, and Margaret said, oh, it was the perfect call.
Billy Bennett has missed only once this year, and he hammers this one home. Bennett puts Georgia on the boards, but memories of Verron Haynes against Tennessee were dancing through our heads. Tyson Browning had 6. Lavallee said no.
Happy Jack wasn't old, but he was a man. He lived in the sand at the Isle of Man. The kids would all sing, he would take the wrong key. So they rode on his head in their furry donkey.
I'm going to show you how easy it is to use 1010-987, okay? I'm going to call my mother, and she doesn't know I'm calling. All you have to do is dial 1010-987-1, the area code, and then the number. She doesn't know.
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
We're doing the 10-10-987 commercial right now, and you're in the commercial.
No.
Yes.
Cool.
Now, you know, it's just 3 cents a minute and then 39 cents to connect, right?
Right.
And where does the bill go, do you know?
Regular phone bill?
That's right. My mom's the smartest woman in the world. 10-10-987. It's that easy.
Jamal Lewis talks about breaking the NFL single-game rushing record.
It was just in slow motion, and I was going full speed.
The NFL Today, Sunday on CBS.
3-0 Georgia, but this third down play by Chad Lavallee worth looking at. There he is. Now, these safeties are going to blitz, and Lavallee's going to hit and drop back into coverage. Now, one of these safeties has to peel off and cover the back when he comes out of the backfield. They both made a mistake, and Lavallee bailed him out because he had his eyes on the quarterback, David Green. That's a veteran play by an excellent football player.
Chad Lavallee sat out 2 years, didn't qualify academically, so he missed football in 1998 and 1999, did pass his ACT, and has now become a stalwart defensive player. Here's Bennett going to the right side, taken by Skylar Green. Out to the 25-yard line. And let's check in once again with Jill Arrington.
Well, Vern, with these two teams so highly ranked and evenly matched, it might come down to the intangibles today, and that is just what Coach Saban thought when he took his team, the whole team, to see the movie Seabiscuit. He said, guys, it comes from the heart. That old horse, he beat all the odds to win, and this is the kind of game. It might come down to the backstretch, the fourth quarter, look the other team in the eye, dig deep in your heart, and whoever wants it more is going to come away with the win.
All right, Jill.
You saw that twice, didn't you?
I did see it twice. I saw it again last week, and it's better the second.
It is a great movie.
Yes, indeed. First down and 10. And the pressure coming. Almost got the sack. Here's Mark throwing it away. It's incomplete. And let's go back to New York and spend a moment with Timmy B.
All right, Vern. Well, one unbeaten's gone down today. How about number 1? Oklahoma's Jason White, picked off by Spencer Havner of the Bruins. Watch him lumber 72 yards. That would lead to Emmanuel White Jr. 11-yard scamper for a touchdown. 10-7 just starting the second. UCLA with the lead over OU.
Well, Timmy B say lumbering. I'd like to see him run 70 yards.
I wouldn't.
That guy was moving pretty good.
Among the list on my list of things I don't care to see. Second down and 10. Out to the right side, Devery Henderson, and a flag is thrown from the 45-yard line.
I think they're going to call a penalty on Michael Clayton, maybe a hold on that block. But, I mean, the success of this kind of a play, it requires the other receiver block. And it looked like it was a pretty good block, but a hold called on Michael Clayton. I saw this guy block on film and just destroy a couple people. There's the block. I think that's a good block myself. It's a little high. It did not look like a hold. I think what happens is when a wide receiver knocks a guy down, you don't expect to see that. So maybe you assume there's a holding on that.
Holding, offense. 10 yards from the previous ball.
Yeah, it draws the ire of the LSU crowd. We talked to Brian Van Gorder earlier this week, the defensive coordinator, and said, what do you like most about Michael Clayton? Size, speed, route running. He says all of the above. But most importantly, his tenacity as a blocker.
Yeah, he said, I mean, you know, he's got the obvious physical abilities and the athletic skills, but what really jumps out on film is him blocking down the field. And he is a complete football player, and I think, again, you're not used to seeing a receiver knock people down out there when they block, and you assume maybe he's doing something he shouldn't be doing.
Second and 20 at the 15. Here comes a four-man rush. Little crossing pattern to Skylar Green, number 5, and he moves it out to the 23-yard line. Skylar Green, a 5'9" sophomore from West Wego, Louisiana.
So that's a good play on second down. You have second down and 20. It's hard to get all that back. You try to get some of it back. You know, you'd love to get half of it back, but they only got 7 of it back. And it's still a long yardage situation, but you don't force it and have third and extra long.
3rd and 12 now. 3-man rush. They drop 8, and the pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 40-yard line by Sean Jones. That's his third in 2 games. He had 2 last week, and he gets perfectly positioned for this one.
He read the thing the whole way. Devery Henderson is the intended receiver, and he was never able to push the coverage off far enough. Watch Sean Jones. His eyes are on the quarterback, and as soon as he saw where he was going with the football, he broke on the ball. He was there before the receiver even got out of his break. Now, Matt Mock, he thought the ball hit the ground, but what a great play by Sean Jones.
Sean Jones, a former high school quarterback.
Watch play action here.
There's the handoff left side, and Michael Cooper, who replaced Tony Milton in the starting lineup last week, lumbers to the 30. You don't think that was lumbering either?
No, that wasn't lumbering either.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get your attention.
Now, like if a defensive tackle picks up a fumble and runs, that constitutes lumbering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Highest freshman rushing average this year, Deshaun Wynn of Florida at 7.6. That was before the Florida-Tennessee game. And Cooper, number 2.
David Green, this is a blitz look with no free safety in the middle. Now they're checking out of it. They draw the audible, and then they check out.
And the snap. Handoff, Cooper coming left. Gets a good block at the line of scrimmage. Is forced out at the 17-yard line. A 14-yard gain. We're going to lumber back to Tim Brendo.
All right, fellas, I'm going to help you with your descriptive adjectives. Oregon plays a fast game. This is Terrence Whitehead, a 19-yard sprint. Todd, in the land of Eugene, Oregon. It's 7-6. The Quack Attack with the lead.
All right.
Have you seen Oregon's yellow uniforms?
I saw their road uniforms their first game. Ugliest uniforms ever.
Brightest ever.
No, ugly.
Okay.
Even Dan Fouts said they were ugly. The former Duck. There's a handoff on first down to Michael Cooper, number 5. My, how far Michael Cooper has come. Tony Milton, of course, they had Musa Smith a year ago. In the spring game, Cooper was like 5th on the depth chart. Had 1 carry for 3 yards in the spring game and went to Mark Richt and said, I think I'm transferring. He said, hang with it. Hang with it. Your time will come.
Well, and he told him, he says, the worst you're going to be is number 2 going into the season because Tyson Browning's going to be suspended. Just, you know, hey, we still love you. Just hang in there. And he's been patient, and he's played very well when he's gotten the opportunity.
Second down, 11. Play fake, not much of one. Here's Green, who doesn't run a lot, but look at that little swivel hit. He fumbled it. And LSU has recovered. That is something David Green does not do much.
Yeah.
Turn it over.
Well, 2 things he doesn't do much. Number 1, he doesn't run much. And number 2, he doesn't fumble much. Now, there is a flag down at the end of the play, but David Green, I was about to say, an excellent decision to go straight up the field. The middle of the field opened up, but he gets hit from behind by Marcus Spears, and he didn't know he was coming, and Spears knocks the ball out. Well, you know what? I hate this. I'm sorry.
Now, they're penalizing LSU for excessive celebration.
I just don't go for that. I mean, this is a huge game. It's a huge game, not just in the SEC, but nationally. Let the guys enjoy the moment.
Yeah. Quick whipped flag.
I mean, I understand the intent of the rule. But if you're not doing something that abuses an opponent or shames an opponent, let the guys enjoy it.
After the turnover, which equals the numbers of turnover at 1, here's a handoff. It's Joseph Adai, number 10. And just to reemphasize that David Green and his lack of turnovers, this is his 30th start, and it's only the 20th turnover, the 7th fumble of his career. So he doesn't let go of it much.
And for Georgia, only the 2nd turnover all season.
Right.
They have not thrown an interception, and they had a fumble last week. DJ Shockley fumbled a pitch on an option last week, and now David Green fumbles one today.
2nd down and 5. 3-0 the score of the ball game. Billy Bennett. Here's Mark Adai. Little skip pattern in the backfield, and out to the 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
You know, you're talking about fumbles, and you made the mention that last week Adai fumbled twice, and not only did he fumble twice, but they were both in the red zone. I mean, down inside the 10-yard line, and Jim Boone told us, you know, he's not like that. I mean, he's a great worker. He prepares hard. He's never had that problem, but for whatever reason, he just was off last Saturday, and it's good to see him back in the lineup now and running with some conviction.
Third down. Here's Mark into the flat, dropped. That should have been caught. Skylar Green up around the shoulder pad, but I think he felt the presence of a defender.
Well, he tried to turn upfield too soon. You see that head turn around before he secured the catch? I'm not sure he would have made it anyway because Sean Jones was right there to make the hit. But you got to catch it first before you run anywhere. Sean Jones, Brian Van Gorder says he likes everything about this guy. Everything he does on the football field. He's been their best player through the early part of the season, game in and game out.
Prior to the punt, time is called by Georgia. We'll be right back.
What you seeing didn't start with LL today. Take it from me. Run DMC paved the way with Jam Master J. The KINGs. Run D and Dr. Pepper. That's originality. The taste of Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. The taste of originality. Salutes individuality. Individual. Gives life personality. Be you. Do what you do. Be you. Be you. Nothing better than Dr. Pepper. Run DMC and Jam Dr. Pepper.
When we drafted Tim Duncan, I invited him to my home to get ready for the season. He was learning so much.
That doesn't count. You were out.
The roses are out, Timmy, not the daisies. Till one day, you brought this into my home.
It's not something I'm proud of.
I calmly explained how Edge Pro Gel protects better than foam because it has 8 rich lubricants.
David, sure know how to make a guy feel comfortable.
More lemonade, Tim?
Edge Pro Gel. Save your skin.
The roses, Tim, are out of bounds.
Go with the gnomes. The gnomes can be out of bounds.
No.
Crowd expected to exceed 92,000 before this day is over. 2.5 Men, a series premiere Monday, 9:30, 8:30 Central on CBS.
Well, Nick Saban right now is hoping that LSU can just hang in there until they can somehow flip the field. Average starting field position totally in favor of Georgia, their own 42, LSU their own 18.
Here's Donnie Jones, doesn't get this one to turn over. Gary will let it bounce and try to get away from it. It's down at the 45-yard line. So again, Georgia, special teams, good field position. In this week's Home Depot coach's decision, we asked Mark Richt about his decision to play 2 quarterbacks in a game.
Well, the system works because we've got 2 great players, 2 very talented guys, and we've got 2 guys that have a mutual respect for each other's ability. They really like each other. I think that their teammates believe in both of them, as I believe in both of them, and they're just not the kind of guys that are going to complain about things.
That pass incomplete. Flag is thrown. I believe we're going to get interference. Of course, DJ Shockley is the backup quarterback. Usually comes in for at least 1 series in the first half of each game. There is Shockley wearing number 3, and David Green with a play fake and a deep pass to Reggie Brown. And now a conversation with the Zebras.
Well, Corey Webster was the guy they went after. He's the best cover corner.
Against the defense. The penalty would be 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
LSU plays a lot of press, man-to-man coverage. They jump right up on top of the receivers, and they believe they're athletic and fast enough to run with them. Webster doesn't know where the ball is, a little contact. Now, the ref right there doesn't make the call. The call came from the middle of the field. I don't think that was pass interference myself. I'm not, you know.
Me either. 1st and 10. Here's Green. That one's batted in the air. Almost picked off Kyle Williams. David Green has this string of passes without an interception. He's not been picked off this year. 149 in a row now.
And it's just very obvious what Nick Saban and Will Muschamp are going to do. They are going to go after David Green all day. I mean, they are not going to sit back. They'll change up their coverage some. But one thing will stay constant. They're going to try to bring more guys than Georgia can block. 12 blitzes so far in the ball game in the first quarter.
Wow. And they're showing blitz again on 2nd down and 10. They're coming. Tyson Browning goes right, scrambles through to the 26-yard line. Well, DJ Shockley hasn't gotten a lot of playing time this year.
Yeah. Well, and I think rightfully so. David Green is playing so well and with so much poise, and the offense is so fluid with him in there that you don't want to disrupt that. I think Mark Richt has taken a different tack this year. He still wants to get Shockley some quality time, but he's not going to force the issue. I mean, David Green is his quarterback, and there's no question about that.
See, the record is Eric Zires, 176. Timeout. 2nd, Georgia timeout. 3-0. Bulldogs lead.
When we drafted Tim Duncan, I invited him to my home to get ready for the season. He was learning so much.
That doesn't count. You were out.
The roses are out, Timmy, not the daisies. So one day, you brought this into my home.
It's not something I'm proud of.
I calmly explained how Edge Pro Gel protects better than foam because it has 8 rich lubricants.
David, sure know how to make a guy feel comfortable.
More lemonade, Tim?
Edge Pro Gel. Save your skin.
The roses, Tim, are out of bounds.
Go with the gnomes. The gnomes can be out of bounds.
No.
We have a wireless family talk plan. So do we. We share lots of minutes. We do.
We never pay long-distance charges.
Neither do we. And we have rollover. We don't.
Only Singular has family talk with rollover. Unused anytime minutes, rollover month after month, so you're protected from overage charges months you talk more. Now add a line for only $9.99 and get up to 4 Nokia color screen phones.
We call it our... They're our minutes and we're keeping them. Plan.
Family talk with rollover. Another reason to come in and see why Singular fits you best.
To his undercover agents, he's more than a boss. He's a teacher and a friend.
You gotta be all right.
Joe Pantoliano is The Handler. Series premiere CBS Friday.
50 seconds to go, opening quarter. Georgia up by 3 over the LSU Tigers. Battle of undefeated teams. Both teams in the top 10. 3rd and 8. Green has missed his last 4 passes. Safety blitz. They're coming. Green goes right in the vacated spot, and that is in and out of the hands of Reggie Brown. Should have been held.
Well, and really, prior to this year, the problem that Reggie Brown has had, aside from a knee injury, is his lack of ability to catch it consistently. He's really kind of gotten better at that this year, but he just, again, that's a lack of concentration. David Green did everything you asked him to do, stay in there in the blitz and make an accurate throw, and Reggie Brown didn't cash it in.
Billy Bennett from 43 yards away. That looks perfect. That is perfect. A flag has been thrown in the end zone.
I think LSU played that play with too many players. I think they had 12 guys on the field, and the LSU bench was screaming to call a timeout. They were trying to call a timeout, and I think they had 1 too many guys on.
Now Nick Saban urging them to call timeout. They didn't get it called.
We have 2 flags on the play. We have 12 men on the field on the defense. Illegal participation. We also have an illegal formation on the offense. Only 6 men on the line. We'll replay the down.
Okay.
Well, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there's one more in there somewhere.
Right there.
All right, there he is.
I got him. I saw it.
I'm trying to use my fancy new X's here, and they're a little too big for me.
Yeah, but you do the O's well.
Yeah. All right.
43-yarder again. Billy Bennett, the senior. He is closing in on the 2nd position of all-time scorers. Kevin Butler is first. A guy named Herschel Walker currently number 2. Billy Butler trails him by 4 points. Here's Butler. Did not get it. Billy Bennett.
You know, I was just about to say before that kick, he is so solid. I mean, watching him in pregame warm-ups, I mean, just everything right where he wants it to go. And that time, it got away from him. You just don't see this guy miss very many times. But that one was missed from the very beginning. Wow. LSU really dodged one. I mean, the 12 guys on the field, they make them kick it again with the offsetting penalties, and then they get the miss.
First down, a handoff, Chiron Carey, the 5'6", 185-pounder. We go back to New York once again and get this update from Tim Brando.
Oh, the Oklahoma Sooners on special teams. Antonio Perkins gathers it in. UCLA, some shoddy tackling. Special teams play very evident when it's weak, isn't it? They let him get away. It's 21-10, the #1 Sooners now emerging. Vern?
All right, Tim.
Now, see, when that punter was trying to go after the tackle, that was lumbering. The guy returning the punt, that was not lumbering. We'll just continue to clarify that through the afternoon. Number 35 trying to make the tackle there. That was lumbering.
And I can just hear the appreciative comments from Tim Brando right now. That is the end of the first quarter with our score 3-0. We'll return to Tiger Stadium after this message and a word from your local station.
Stop crying. It's okay. You're fine. No?
Luckily, AOL with Top Speed is the fastest way to surf the web of any national dial-up service.
Mommy's home. Such a good boy.
Life needs quick thinking.
Happy Jack wasn't told, but he wasn't there.
Sopranos' Joe Pantoliano is The Handler. Series premiere CBS Friday.
The 2003 Toyota Tundra with a powerful V8 was named the Consumer's Digest Best Buy for full-size truck, which means other trucks are only second best. Nothing else is this reliable. Nothing says value like Toyota. Now get $1,750 cash back or 0.0% APR for 36 months on the best full-size truck on the market, the 2003 Toyota Tundra. See your local dealer today or visit buyatoyota.com.
Hi, Wade.
Oh, hey, Drew.
Enjoy a McDonald's Crispy Chicken Bacon Ranch Salad. Or try a Bacon Ranch Crispy Chicken Sandwich made with a chicken breast filet, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and ranch sauce. These tastes are sure to tempt you.
See you later, teacher.
Time is running out to get incredible deals during Ford's authorized clearance. Drive F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months or choose $4,250 cash back. Get 0% or up to $4,250 cash back on F-Series, even Super Crew and Super Duty. Don't miss Ford's authorized clearance. Visit your Atlanta area Ford store today.
Arkansas versus Alabama. Coverage starts at 3 next Saturday on CBS 46.
Somewhat serious demeanor of Matt Mock, the 24-year-old quarterback. And he's got a first down in the first play of the quarter. Under intense pressure, finds Michael Clayton out to the 28-yard line. We get set for the start of the second quarter now. Vern Lundquist along with Todd Blackledge and Jill Arrington field position is so important, but I would feel Georgia's a little exasperated right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've won the field position battle in the first quarter. 4 trips inside LSU's 40-yard line, but only 3 points to show for it. So LSU has to be breathing a little bit, you know, more relieved at this point, knowing that they were able to withstand that and not give up any touchdowns.
Well, 3-0 is the score right now, and a 3rd down and 5. And a bad snap. Mock goes back, and he's nailed at the 12-yard line. Thomas Davis.
See, Thomas Davis is a unique player because he's a safety, but he also is a great pass rusher. And he's going to beat most tackles. He beat Rodney Reed to the quarterback. Even if it was a good snap, they'd have had trouble getting this pass off with Thomas Davis rushing off the edge. Matt Mock not expecting the ball at that time and certainly not low and outside.
Here's Donnie Jones, left-footed effort, and Gary moves up, grabs it at the 48, across the 50 and down. Minimal return, but yet again, fine field position for Georgia.
You know, it just starts to wear on you. When you don't play the game on the other end of the field, it starts to wear on your defense.
Why do I even bother with this?
Because it's clogged.
Yeah, but look at it. I mean, what's that look like?
Water.
Water. And I don't know, but doesn't water run right through pipes?
Well, so how is it grabbing the clog?
Good question.
Why do we even bother?
Liquids don't make sense. This does. New Drano Max Gel. Yeah, gel. Drano Gel clings to clogs longer to dissolve them better. Drano. Gel makes sense.
There was one envelope I really hated to open every month. My wireless bill. Bad news either way. I mean, if I talked too much, I got slammed with overages. And if I talked too little, I wasted all those minutes I paid for. But those days are over, thanks to Rollover.
Only Singular lets you roll over unused anytime minutes so you avoid paying overages months you talk more. They're your minutes. Keep them. Singular has rollover on national plans and your choice of cool phones.
I call it my look at that cute little bill plan.
Come in to find out how Singular fits you best.
Your ultimate online sports experience. For the fastest scores, stats, and first-rate fantasy sports, go to cbssportsline.com or enter AOL keyword CBS Sportsline.
Welcome back to Baton Rouge. Georgia's on top of LSU by 3, but more bad news on the Georgia injury front. Linebacker Tony Taylor twisted his right ankle in the first quarter. They've now taken him into the locker room. They've tried everything. They'll try to get him back for further evaluation, try to get him back on the field. Back to you, Vern.
Okay, Joe, thank you. First down and 10. David Green, handoff, big hole. Michael Cooper.
Fumble. Nope. I hit myself there. I thought they ripped that thing out. Nice job by Cooper hanging on to it. And a good solid run. You see, carrying that ball a little bit loose going through there, and they ripped after it, but he was able to cover it up. And Cooper is averaging over 7 yards a carry since he's been playing, either as a backup or as a starter.
Now we see Tyson Browning in there with the fullback, Jeremy Thomas. We've yet to see the true freshman, Craig Lumpkin. We expect to see him today, too. Here's Green, right side, down low at the 31-yard line. That'll be a first down. Well, a couple of former Georgia Bulldogs are members of the defensive staff at LSU. Will Muschamp is now the LSU defensive coordinator, and Travis Jones, they were defensive co-captains of the Bulldogs in '94, is the defensive line coach. There's Will Muschamp in his second season as the defensive coordinator. And Derek Dooley, name sound familiar? As in Vince and Barbara Dooley, as in 40 years at Georgia. Here's a flag down as the snap was bobbled. Well, Derek Dooley is the running backs and special teams coach for LSU under Nick Saban.
Ball start, offense. Penalties 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Dooley family and the Saban family very close. And Nick was telling us yesterday they were back at the Hall of Fame banquet in New York in December last year. And Barbara Dooley said to Nick Saban, listen to me. We're going to have our family celebration of Christmas on December 21st. I want Derek and his wife and the kids home with us. So whatever your plans are for the Holiday Bowl season, make sure you got December 21st open. Here's Browning going left and picking up large yardage to the 28-yard line. Let's go down to Jill Arrington, who's with Vince Dooley.
Well, Vern, it could be considered a family feud today in the Dooley family. Vince Dooley, athletic director, how is it for you to go up against seeing your son on the other side of the sideline?
Well, you don't really think about it once the game starts. As I told Barbara, our bread is buttered in Athens, and that's what's important. But the worst thing was when I went against my brother in the Gator Bowl back in 1971 when he was at North Carolina.
Let's watch this play, Vince.
All right, here's Cooper, and he plunges for the first down. We'll go back down to Jill.
Well, what advice did you give your son? You have to be proud that he followed in your footsteps as a coach. But up in the SEC, this is a tough conference. What advice did you give him in coaching?
Well, I think initially I tried to steer him. We both tried to steer him in another direction. He went to the law school at Georgia, finished law school, practiced for a year. Said, Dad, I'm not happy. I want to coach. And started to argue with him, but they teach him to argue in the law school. So I lost the argument right away, but I'm proud of him.
Once a competitor, always a competitor. Thanks a lot, Vince. Vern?
And thank you, Jill. First down and 10 at the 25. Snap is back. Here's Green. Pumps once, throws it away. Good coverage on Reggie Brown. And we're going to take a moment to go back to New York. Here once again is Tim.
All right, Vern, Oregon has won 7 of their last 10 against Big Ten opponents. Another punt return, 61 yards. This one by Stephen Moore. Quack Attack up 21-6. And you know, Derek Dooley's nickname is Precious. I'd say that punt return was precious for the Quack Attack.
We're not going that. No. Second down. Here's Green. Dropped by Brown. That's 2. There may have been contact from Corey Webster that forced the incompletion.
Well, that's 4 drops for Georgia receivers, 2 by Brown. And a big part of this is because they don't play off coverage. The coverage is tight from the start of the play to the end of the play. And so it's a little different feel as a receiver. You're not running out there in space and catching the ball without body contact. When you run against press coverage, that coverage stays with you through the whole route.
Third and 10, David Green has missed 7 of his last 8. 4-man rush for LSU. Green in the corner for Damian Gary through his hands. A little contact at the goal line. Ronnie Prude, number 1, was defending Gary.
All the blitzes that we've seen, this time they don't blitz, but they still run press coverage. But they don't go after David Green, and Prude is in good position. He knows where the end zone is, but a fairly catchable pass by David Green. I guess we should count that as the 5th drop pass by the Georgia Bulldogs.
Billy Bennett for the field goal from 42 yards away. Missed it again.
Fragile psyche. Kickers all have it. He missed the last one, and he missed another one.
5 times inside the 40, 3 points. We'll continue after this word from your local station.
Mark Harmon stars in Navy NCIS. Premieres CBS Tuesday.
It's Summer Drive at your GMC dealer, and we're exceeding your expectations with $4,250 total cash back on Sierra. Built with more standard V8 horsepower than any other half-ton extended cab. Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to. Get 0% APR for 60 months for qualified buyers, or $4,250 total cash back on a 2003 Sierra. Upgrade to professional grade. See the pros at your Greater Atlanta GMC dealers.
And don't forget, we're introducing a great new sandwich.
Wow, that's a brilliant idea, boss. No wonder you're the manager. Boy, are you smart.
Oh, thanks, Evan Mitt.
suck up.
Arby's new Market Fresh Italian Deli Supreme with salami, pepperoni, and all the goodness of oven-roasted ham, plus mozzarella and a creamy Italian spread, all on new Harvest White bread. Try Arby's new Market Fresh Italian Deli Supreme.
What are you eating today?
Behind them is the shortcut they'd heard about that supposedly went around the highway that's always backed up. Ahead of them is that highway. But right now, life is perfect, thanks to an empty road, a full tank, and the available voice-activated navigation system of a 260 horsepower Acura MDX.
Get the plays of the day on the Guardian Insurance Dog Show after the game on CBS 46.
Sunday on CBS, if you missed the premiere of Survivor Pearl Islands, watch as the castaways are tossed overboard with just the clothes on their backs in a special encore presentation. Survivor Pearl Islands Sunday, and don't miss an all-new episode Thursday on CBS. Missed field goal. Here's a handoff to Chiron Carey, number 2 on first down at the 28-yard line. Billy Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, 7 for 8 coming into the game. So solid, so reliable, 1 for 3 today. And I was talking to Mark Rick before the game, watching him kick field goals. He said, you know, you almost take him for granted. We've had trouble scoring touchdowns. We've had to rely on field goals. And he's just, you know, just second nature that he's going to make them. Well, it hasn't been second nature today.
And 5 trips inside the 40, the result of which a total of 3 points. Second down and 8. Meanwhile, LSU has not moved the ball other than its opening possession. Here's the pass to the left side. Benny Brazell, and now they say he trapped it. Well, it's time for the stereo. It's amazing. When was the last time 2 top 10 SEC teams have met in Tiger Stadium? Give you a moment to think about that. Wasn't in the last couple of years. 3rd and 8. Matt Mock out of the spread. 24 years of age.
And again, Thomas Davis, a pass rusher.
Blitz. Mock retreats. Being chased by Golston. Sends it up. And Tim Jennings should have had that and might have had 6.
Tim Jennings focused on the end zone more than the football. And that's all that happened, because that had disaster written all over it. And Tim Jennings says, I got to do push-ups for that. I dropped this. I'm doing push-ups. And Matt Mock, the play was dead. It was a zone blitz, and he's trying to throw it away, but you can't keep it in the field of play. And Tim Jennings, oh, my goodness. What a break for LSU.
You want to count that as a Georgia drop?
Yeah.
Here's Donnie Jones. Well, he's getting plenty of exercise. 1 punt in the last 2 weeks. And here's Damian Gary with the fair catch at the 30. A 42-yard punt for Jones. That's his 5th punt already. Tim Jennings, eyes wide shut.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's an opportunity to make your home look great. Right now at Home Depot or Expo Design Center, make no payments and get no interest for 12 months on any purchase, store-wide of $2.99 or more. Just use your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. No coupon needed. It's all part of the Dream It, Design It, Do It event going on now. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Make it safe. Make it useful. Make it strong. And then, make it beautiful. Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat.
Hey, Brett.
Nor temporary loss of gravity, nor grumpy robots made of old washing machines, nor black holes
that swallow the entire known universe. Will keep the U.S. Postal Service from its appointed rounds. HP technology helps make sure the mail never stops. HP, invent.
Premiere Monday.
You really think that you can do a better job disciplining our children than we can?
I think a monkey and a blow-up doll could do a better job. It's the season premiere of Yes Dear, CBS Monday.
10:26 to go before halftime, 3-0 Georgia. Nick Saban telling us yesterday he thought one of the keys was which team could affect the other quarterback.
Yeah, and it's not just blitzing and pressures and sacks. It's confusion and knocking them out of rhythm. David Green started this game 4 for 6, 1 for 9 since.
Michael Cooper over left tackle after the 32-yard line.
You know, he is a rhythm quarterback, and when he's in rhythm, I mean, he is almost impossible to stop because he's so accurate throwing. But look at that, 1 for 9 since that good start, and they've sacked him once, they've hit him twice, they've pressured him 8 times, they've blitzed him 13 times, and they've also had 5 drop passes. So he is not in rhythm right now the way we've seen him in the past.
2nd and 8. Green comes out of the backfield, another drop. That's 5 offensively. 6 offensively. Let's go back to Tim Brando in New York.
Fellas, we've had at least 6 punt returns for touchdowns today in Division 1A. Here's Antonio Perkins again against UCLA, the junior from Lawton, Oklahoma. Dances and prances and then sprints all the way for his 2nd punt return of the day for a touchdown, 28-10.
All right, Tim. Nothing of that sort here. Georgia only 1 of 5 on 3rd downs today. And LSU calls timeout. They have 2 remaining. We'll take a break and be right back.
Make it safe. Make it useful. Make it strong. And then, make it beautiful.
Join the thousands who've switched to Sonic for a better tasting breakfast. Like our Breakfast Club Toaster Sandwich, made with ham, egg, cheese, tomato, and bacon, and served on thick Texas toast. Drive into Sonic and have a good morning.
There are a lot of shampoos out there, but there's only one Ultimate Clean. It gives fine, oily, and flaky hair an amazing clean. New Head & Shoulders Ultimate Clean for shower fresh hair that's 100% flake-free all day.
Of course you're going to invest in a 529 college savings plan.
It's federal tax-free.
But you want it managed right. Not just through up markets, but down markets.
Through potty training?
And swim meets. And broken curfews. And strange piercings. Hey, getting the money ready could be a lot less painful than getting the kids ready.
Make sure your 529 is managed by some of the best in the business. Call 1-800-FIDELITY or ask your advisor for more information.
Tim Brando in New York. Coming up on the Earth League halftime report, Tom Coughlin and I will get you caught up on today's action. Unbeaten's having trouble today, including the Fighting Falcons of Air Force. But here, Chance Harridge to Alec Messerall, 29-22. Unbeaten Air Force ahead of Wyoming. Now back to Vern.
All right, Tim, thank you. Ugga the Sixth has been rather quiet today, particularly on 3rd downs. 1 of 5 for Georgia on 3rd downs thus far. 6 drops. A lot of time for Green. Tipped in the line. Lavallee again.
You know, this has been something that LSU has been great on so far in the season. Coming into the game through 3 games, only allowing 16% conversion. Watch Lavallee, 93, going to get his hand up again. Gets a push, got his eyes on the quarterback, gets his left hand on the ball. Now, they have not faced an offense nearly as skilled as Georgia, but still 1 for 6 now on 3rd down, coming into the game under 20%. That's excellent defense.
And recall that David Green a week ago was 7 of 7 on 3rd down. This is a poor punt by Ely Kelso. It will take an LSU bounce. And today, David Green is 0 for 4 on 3rd down passes. Sundays this fall on CBS, Catherine Morris stars in the next great crime drama from CSI executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Don't miss the premiere of Cold Case, Sunday, September 28th, right after 60 Minutes. Well, inexorably, LSU's getting better field position.
Yeah, they must feel like they're in the red zone right now on their own 35. The best starting field position, but they've got to get the ball to number 14. He's been too quiet for them to be happy right now.
Out of the backfield, it's Joseph Adai going right side. Gets a block from Stites.
What a hit.
Yes, it was.
That was our guy, man. Thomas Davis just came flying up there and made a huge hit. This guy is a good football player. In fact, Jimbo Fisher said, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from David Pollock, but I'm not so sure that Thomas Davis isn't the best guy on their defense. He flies around. We see him move around, and third down, he comes up and rushes the passer. Great speed.
He was supposed to be the starter at strong side linebacker this year, but injuries caused him to move back to safety. Ultimately, he'll be back at the Sam spot before the season's over. Here's Mark. Quarterback draw diagnosed in the middle of that line by Quentin Moses, number 94. Michael Clayton with one catch in the early going, but very quiet so far. He's been in excess of 100 yards receiving in each game. He's got 2 today.
And, you know, we knew that Georgia was going to focus on him and try to take him out of the game, but you know, Jimbo Fisher says we still have to get him the football. We've got to move it around. If we can't throw it to him, maybe we need to hand it off to him. But we've got to have him be a factor. And LSU now 1 for 8 on third down, so they haven't had much success either.
5-man rush defensively. Mark under pressure. Sends it down for Clayton, but boy, he got nailed about the time he let it go. Robert Gathers, number 90, and Mark limping as he gets up.
Yeah, and a nice job by Bruce Thornton covering by forcing Clayton out of bounds. Here's the hit as he throws it right when a quarterback is most vulnerable. Robert Gathers. Now watch Thornton. Gets the push, which you are able to do as long as the ball's not in the air and as long as he's on the same plane as you. And you know, Thornton's a physical corner. He's 200 pounds, was a former running back, and he got physical with Michael Clayton there.
Donnie Jones to punt for the 6th time. Damian Gary awaits it inside the 25. Nice, high, fairly deep. Gary, no fair catch, nailed as he makes the grab.
Great coverage.
Justin Vincent, number 25. Well, it's time now for the answer to our...
Aflac! Aflac! Aflac!
I'm surrounded by ducks. When was the last
time for an Oregon cut in? Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. 1973, Alabama defeated LSU 21-7. We need a duck update pretty quickly. Up the middle it goes. Michael Cooper, number 5. Well, 1973, it was film instead of video. Alabama at LSU, November 22nd. Bear Bryant and the Alabama Crimson Tide took on LSU. Jeff Rutledge had 2 early TD passes and a 19-yard run. The Tide defeated the Tigers by a count of 21-7. And I believe I saw Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, he was a pretty fair tight end.
Yes. 2nd down and 5. Here's Cooper. Has gotten most of the workload today. Not much there. It'll be 3rd down. Another 3rd down.
This game is going pretty much the way I thought. I didn't think either team would have a lot of success running the football. They're both very good at stopping the run. And then it was going to come down to which team could protect their quarterback, or, you know, the other side of that is who could get to the other quarterback. Well, both defenses have affected the opposing quarterbacks. That's why we only have a 3-0 score and nobody doing much of anything on 3rd down.
3rd and 4 here. Blitz. Green, left side, man open, got it, 1st down.
Great throw.
Robert Brandon, the tight end, playing in place of the injured Ben Watson.
Working on Eric Alexander, who is a senior but a new starter at outside linebacker. And here's a case again where the cover guy doesn't know where the football is. You see his head never turned around. and when he reacts to Robert Brannon's arms, it's too late. And it was a perfect throw by David Green and a big third down conversion.
That's a gain of 19 yards and a first down at the 43-yard line. Green with the audible. Adjustments defensively by LSU. And off Craig Lumpkin, number 28. His first carry of the game. Ben Watson did make the trip. There's the starting tight end, number 89. And seeing him on the sideline, a reminder that Fred Gibson is not with the team. The outstanding wide receiver, Tony Milton, the running back.
And, you know, we haven't really said enough about that with Fred Gibson not being here, because as much man-to-man press coverage and one-on-one situations that LSU gives you with their defense, they really miss Fred Gibson because he's a deterrent to that kind of coverage, and they don't have him on the field today.
Play fake, Green. Pressure coming on the blitz. Deep for Gary, incomplete. I think that was caused by the two men in the face of David Green.
Yeah. There was a couple linebackers that teamed up on him. Eric Alexander's the first one there, 27, and then Lionel Turner finished him up, the middle linebacker. And you see he's throwing off his back foot. I mean, they have him in an uncomfortable situation right now. David Green doesn't look like David Green looked last week.
Not at all.
He's not in a rhythm, but he's got another big third down play right here.
6 of 19 for David Green in the first half. Comes the blitz, Max blitz.
They don't slow down.
That one is incomplete. Trapped by Reggie Brown. Nope. If you're a lover of blitz packages, wow.
Well, this is the free safety, Travis Daniels. He's coming. The linebacker's coming. They're just bringing everybody. And they just say, you are not going to get comfortable on us, number 14. I mean, you may throw it over our head and you may beat us, but we are not going to let you be comfortable in this game.
So Ely Kelso is on the punt. Low snap, no pressure. And he kicks it away. Chiron Carey calls for the fair catch and takes the ball at the 14-yard line. 43-yard punt for Ely Kelso. Replaces Jonathan Kilgo this year. Coming up on the Earthlink Halftime Report, Tim Brando as a special guest in the studio. Former Boston College and Jacksonville Jaguar head coach Tom Coughlin. And they'll get you caught up on all the scores, highlights of a busy day in college football.
You know, I want to say this about Matt Mock right now. It hasn't gone real well for LSU's offense, but with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half, right now, his biggest thing is he can't make a bad mistake. Okay? He can't turn the ball over and let Georgia have a chance to do something big right before the half.
Here's
Just hang with him.
Quick setup. He's got his tight end, Eric Edwards, and that's a first down to the 27-yard line. And it's time now for our Sonic Moment. Let's spend a moment with Jill Arrington.
Thank you, Vern. The last time these two teams met in Baton Rouge, it was 98. The early highlight was then Georgia freshman Quincy Carter completing his first pass, 15 passes, tying a school record. LSU tied it before the half at 21, and there was only one touchdown in the second half as Carter completed a touchdown pass to Tony Small, giving the Bulldogs the 28-27 win.
All right, thank you, Jill. Here's play fake by Mock. Rolls out, settles for his second receiver, and it's in and out of Devery Henderson's hands. These teams are suffering from the dropsy.
Yeah, dropitis, dropalatus, whatever you want to call it, but it's happening. 10 if you combine both teams.
My.
You know, part of that is the anxiety that is associated with a big game, but you know, we're well into it now. Some of that should have died down.
Nick Saban with his junior quarterback Matt Mock. Saban, when he was the head coach at Michigan State, recruited Matt Mock from Jasper, Indiana, to come and play football and baseball. And then Mock was drafted by the Chicago Cubs and spent 3 years in the minors. Out of the backfield, Joseph Adai. That's the longest run of the first half for LSU. A gain of 11.
A powerful run. A good block from the tight end, Eric Edwards, and another good block by the wide receiver, Michael Clayton. Now, he's had a quiet game as a receiver, but watch him be physical on Bruce Thornton. I mean, you don't see wide receivers that are that tenacious trying to block for a running back. I mean, he is right up in the grill of Bruce Thornton.
Grew up here in Baton Rouge, almost signed with Florida State. His best friend is Marcus Spears. And they together decided to come to Louisiana State at the urging of Nick Saban. Here's Mock deep, man open. Devery Henderson. It's Skylar Green, number 5, instead of 9.
Well, this is what they use, this play action, when they want to throw deep. And they actually had 2 guys open because Clayton is going to be open going this way and Henderson's open going this way. And Matt Mock has 2 guys to choose from. They get good protection off the play action, and he elects to go to Henderson, and they are in Georgia territory in the best place they've ever been.
Deepest penetration of the first half for LSU, a 31-yard gain. Skylar Green, double tight end set now. Mock with 1 running back. Well played. Chiron Carey to the 21.
And look at the LSU offensive linemen. A little new bounce in their step here as we get into the 3 minutes and some change left in the first half. Big Stephen Peterman, the All-American guard, leading this play, number 72. Watch him lead up in there on the middle linebacker Thurman, or Derek White rather, and then a little hopping and jumping and throwing the arm.
Stephen Peterman and his wife Colleen, parents of their first child back in August. Son Stephen Jr. weighed in at 6 pounds. They said it was only 318 less than his dad. Carey, woo! Touchdown LSU! That is the first touchdown Georgia has given up this year inside the red zone.
Chiron Carey ran for over 120 yards last week. Watch the move he puts on. He is going to make a little move, plant the right foot, boom, and cuts right inside Thomas Davis for the touchdown.
Extra point, Ryan Gaudet is up and good.
Chiron Carey said, I'm a little guy, but I got big boy talent, and he showed it right here. What a run.
Designed to resist water, dust, snow, imitation. There's no other digital camera like it. Stylus Digital from Olympus. Designed to do more.
I'm gonna have a breakfast toaster sandwich with ham.
Are you talking about the sourdough breakfast?
Sonic has them on this Texas toast.
We have the regular bun, the sesame, or the sourdough.
But Sonic has these Texas toaster ones. That's not.
Okay, this isn't Sonic. This is.
Thick Texas toast. Sonic's got it, others don't. Breakfast at Sonic featuring our delicious new Breakfast Club toaster sandwich made with ham, egg, cheese, tomato, and bacon. Have a good morning.
Big Brother started with 13 house guests. Now one of these 2 will leave the house with $500,000. Don't miss Big Brother season finale, CBS Wednesday.
There's a happening here in Tiger Stadium.
Man.
Rare afternoon game in Death Valley. There are a few red-clad Georgia fans, but you have to look hard to find them. 6 plays, 85 yards as LSU came alive. And Chiron Carey got it in from 21 yards away. Chris Jackson will do the kickoff chores for the Tigers. Tim Jennings, DeCorey Bryant are the deep men for the Bulldogs. And this will be Bryant, 2 yards in the end zone, decides to bring it out. And is knocked down at the 21-yard line. Take another look at this Chiron Carey tote.
Well, Nick Saban said this offensive line is probably the best that it's been since he's been here. Now, I want you to watch those 3 guys. The left guard, Nate Livings, the center, Ben Wilkerson, and the right guard, Stephen Peterman. All 3 of them are going to get great blocks. Right there, all 3 of them, and Chiron Carey does the rest. Great move on Thomas Davis, and he's into the end zone. But those 3 guys on the inside made the play.
First down and 10. Green and the Bulldogs trailing now. 7-3. You want noise? Got him open. That'll quiet the crowd. Reggie Brown hangs on to this one. A gain out to the 36-yard line. That's a pickup of 15.
Everybody makes so much mention of the fact that Mark Richt is undefeated on opponent's home field. And when we ask him, you know, what's the key to that? He said, well, it's pretty simple. Number 14. I mean, my quarterback is unflappable in hostile environments. And because he's been successful, we've been successful on the road. And interestingly, he has the same record as Mark Richt on the road.
Here's the sweep left. Michael Cooper, nice job of adjusting in mid-run, and he is out near the 47-yard line. There's Richt. Jeremy Thomas running the play in. 9-0 at other teams' home stadiums. There is an asterisk to all this, and that comes with the Georgia-Florida battle that takes place in Jacksonville, said to be neutral by some, but not by the Georgia folks.
What state
by Steve Spurrier.
What state is it in?
Yes, exactly. What's the name of the place? Gator. The Gator Bowl. Here's Gary at the 44-yard line. The clock shows 2:30 to go. And Georgia has one timeout remaining. Recall they had to use two early.
And this is so impressive by David Green. I mean, he has struggled in this football game. I mean, he is not having a good game. But as soon as the momentum switches with LSU's touchdown, he comes right back out and he hits 3 passes in a row. I mean, this is what makes him a Heisman Trophy candidate. It really does. Moments like this are defining moments for a football player.
Michael Johnson, the only wideout. He's to the left. They go to Johnson. Turn around. They've got him, but it's a first down, so the clock will stop as they reset the chains at the 38-yard line. And if Georgia can get the play called quickly and get a snap, they'll snap it with 150 or so remaining.
And what David Green is doing, in addition to moving his team into scoring territory, is he has taken the crowd back out of the game. I mean, you know, the crowd wanted to get into the game and close out the half with a roar, and he's taken them out of it.
Closer to 140 by the time they snap it. Green lets it go behind. He got pressure again. The pressure came from Travis Daniels, safety blitz.
Yeah, they're just coming almost every play. I mean, they have figured out this is the way for us to defend David Green. If we sit back and play zone, if we sit back and let him read the coverage, he'll hit open receivers all the time. We've got to go after him and make him uncomfortable. And for the most part, they have done a great job of that.
7th time now that Georgia has been inside the 40-yard line. 3 points. That pass, perfect. And a first down as the clock stops on the out-of-bound play. It's Martez Milner, a sophomore tight end.
And you know what happened? Eric Alexander was the guy in coverage, number 27. You'll see him on the left of your screen. Now, he was late getting on the field, and there was a little confusion in the coverage, and Alexander was not in the right position because he was running on the field late and never did get in the right place.
First catch of the season for Martez Milner. First down, Georgia, 1:30 to go. Here's Green, tipped again, incomplete. That's 3 times he's had passes tipped by LSU.
Take a look again now. Lavallee's got his hand on it a couple times. This time, the other inside guy.
Bryce Wyatt.
Yep, Bryce Wyatt, who is a former tight end and has pretty good hands. That time got a big hand on it.
Second down. Green.
Another tip.
Caught at the 19-yard line. Damian Gary, but the clock keeps running.
Georgia has 1 timeout left. And you got to wonder, too, with Billy Bennett struggling a little bit in this first half, is Mark Richt going to be a little more aggressive and try to call a touchdown-type play, or is he going to try to settle for a field goal here to close out the half?
1 minute to go, 3rd and 7.
Biggest play of the first half right here, 3rd and 7.
Blitz down the middle for Milner, incomplete. Had him. Little high, little strong.
Eric Alexander with the blitz. He got victimized on the pass play, but this time watch 27 get in there and put a shot on the quarterback. He's unblocked. He takes a direct path to David Green, and he puts a shot on him right under the chin.
Oh, boy. Now Billy Bennett for the 4th time. This from 36 yards out. He has missed from 43 and 42. A career 78% field goal kicker. Off the upright.
Nobody will be happier to go to the locker room in 44 seconds than Billy Bennett. I mean, he'll go and change his shorts or his pants or his shoes or something to try to change the mojo, because this is not good. Doink.
1 for 4. Well, that's on the goalpost. Wow. Remember the earthquake game here when touchdown catch set off a tremor that was registered on the seismograph? Up the middle, 39 seconds to go. Billy Bennett, 7 of 8 for the day. And remember now, he hit from 43, then he hit again from 43.
That's right.
And that successful field goal negated by offsetting penalties. He missed the subsequent kick, and he's missed 2 more since.
And you go back to that penalty, the illegal participation by LSU. If that would have been the only penalty, it would have been a 15 yards and given Georgia an automatic or a first down, and they wouldn't have had to settle for the field goal attempt. And interesting, all those low-scoring first half here in Baton Rouge.
Georgia 7 times inside the LSU 40. 3 points. LSU once across midfield. 7 points. And let's go down to Jill Arrington with Mark Richt.
Coach Richt, what do you have to say about the missed opportunities, the missed field goals? What are you going to tell your team in the locker room to get back in this game and quiet this crowd back down?
Well, right now, LSU's a very good football team and got a great plan, but I think we're helping them right now. And if we just keep from doing that, we got a chance to win. Defense overall has played extremely well. Offense, we're getting guys in position to make the plays, and they just haven't made the plays. So you got to do a better job of communicating, and when the play comes their way, they got to make it.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, Jill. LSU leads it by a count of 7-3. And with the doink, we'll go back to Tim Brando in New York. All right, Tiger Stadium. 7-3, LSU leads it at the half. Premiering Friday on CBS, whether it's a murder or a drug ring, this FBI special agent takes his team undercover to solve crimes from the inside. Sopranos' Joe Pantoliano stars in The Handler. Series premiere Friday at 10/9 Central on CBS. Second half coming up from Baton Rouge.
Hey, you got that ordinary untoasted sub instead of the toasted Philly cheesesteak from Quiznos? What, were you raised by wolves?
Yes, I was. Why have an ordinary sub? Try a delicious Quiznos toasted Philly cheesesteak or our other toasted sandwiches starting at $1.99. Toasty.
So what do you want to do, Johnny?
Gonna rub them out.
Yeah, rub them out.
It's new Shout Action Gel. 70% more stain fighters in the first concentrated spray gel ever. Just activate with a little rub.
That's it. Give it to 'em good.
And watch new Shout Action Gel make those stains run.
Take that, you greasy little good-for-nothing.
Now with the extra power to rub out stains in one wash.
And that's that.
New Shout Action Gel.
Makes me want to shout.
S.C. Johnson, a family company.
I bought a toothbrush, some toothpaste, a flannel for my face, pajamas, a hairbrush, new shoes, and a case. I said to my reflection, let's get out of this place. Tempted by the fruit of another, tempted, but the truth is discovered.
That's it.
What brings you to the Amazon?
The Rock. I'm looking for a man. Got a face like a weasel.
Sean William Scott.
Heads up.
You like a little birdie up there. Christopher Walken.
That's a lot of cows.
And Rosario Dawson.
Fit to take 50-50.
You're evil. This Friday.
I'm going to start collecting teeth.
See the best action comedy since 48 Hours.
That's my heart.
2 thumbs up for The Rundown. Rated PG-13 at theaters Friday.
Of course you're going to invest in a 529 college savings plan.
It's federal tax-free.
But you want it managed right.
Not just through up markets, but down markets.
Through potty training?
And swim meets.
And broken curfews?
And strange piercings.
Hey, getting the money ready could be a lot less painful than getting the kids ready.
Make sure your 529 is managed by some of the best in the business. Call 1-800-FIDELITY or ask your advisor for more information.
Designed to resist water, dust, snow, imitation. There's no other digital camera like it. Stylus Digital from Olympus. Designed to do more.
The Naval Criminal Investigative Service takes any case that threatens our military, even on Air Force One.
Oh my God, cover the president.
And they answer to no one.
Move it, man. We flew down here to take over the investigation.
I can't control NCIS.
Mark Harmon stars.
Freeze!
Navy NCIS. Series premieres CBS Tuesday.
Kind of instills an urge to reach for the crawfish etouffee, doesn't it, or the jambalaya?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. LSU leading 7-3. Georgia will get the ball to open this second half. Here's Chris Jackson with the kickoff. Deep man, Tim Jennings, to Corey Bryant. Touchback. This will come out to the 20-yard line. Well, let's go back to the beginning theme, Todd Blackledge. We talked about which team could affect the other's quarterback.
Yeah, and which front seven could impose their will on the other team. And I think LSU had the upper hand in that. Offensively, they got one really good drive there at the end of the game, or end of the half, to get the touchdown. And defensively, with their pressures and blitzes, they made life uncomfortable for David Green. He did not have a real solid first half, and I felt like that was the difference in the first half.
Here's David Green on first down. And trying to make something positive out of a negative, Michael Cooper does, as he gets around the left side and motors out to the 25-yard line. Second down and 5. First half statistically breaks down thusly, a 7-3 score. Georgia has the edge in most of the categories. Third down conversions, however, only 2 of 9 for the Bulldogs.
And two things that don't show up on the stats also: 6 drop passes and 3 missed field goals. I mean, those are numbers that were pretty significant on the Georgia ledger in that first half.
Flag thrown, and this one's going to go against LSU.
Dead ball, all sides with contact on the defense. The penalty be 5 yards, remains second down.
David Green's very good at this. He uses a hard count. It's kind of a freeze count to try to draw an offsides penalty, and if they get it, they take the snap quickly, and he takes a knee. If they don't get it, then they check to a play at the line of scrimmage.
Second and short. Jeremy Thomas, the fullback. A rare carry. That's only his 3rd of the season, but he gets a first down.
I think this is a very important series for the Georgia offense. I don't think it's the key to the game, but I think it's important for them physically to assert themselves, because right at the end of the first half, I thought LSU kind of started to get the upper hand physically in the trenches, and this is important for Georgia here.
And a no-huddle offense now for the Bulldogs. David Green with the audible.
I think that's smart, too, because that limits the blitzing a little bit. If you make them line up, it can slow the blitzes down some.
On first down, right side, caught by Reggie Brown. Slips the first tackle, can't get by the second man, who's Eric Alexander. Out to the 40. You know, this very young Georgia offensive line.
Yeah, and one of the things that Nick Saban told us, I mean, he didn't necessarily come right out and say he thought that they were weak, but he said if there is a weaker link to this team, it is their offensive line, and we feel like our defensive front can control the game.
Second and 2. Play fake. No, Green hands it off. And it goes to the hands of Michael Cooper. That appears to be just short of the first down. Reggie Brown, 14 catches last 2 weeks. He had 7 for 104 a week ago. And not to beat this thing to death, but they are without Fred Gibson today, and I think it's shown.
Well, it does, because, see, Fred is an explosive receiver, and Reggie is a good receiver, but he doesn't have the same explosiveness that Gibson has. And Gibson stretches a defense, and he makes defenses a little bit less inclined to go bump and run man-to-man with no safety help.
3rd and 1, and they hand it to the fullback, Jamario Smith, number 37, a walk-on, and that is his first carry of the year.
And that looked like one of the plays that they would be more inclined to call with DJ Shockley, and that's kind of the old belly option type play where they give it to the fullback.
Excuse me, Todd. Jamario Smith, a walk-on. Veron Haynes was a walk-on and a star of the 2000-2001 teams. J.T. Wall, also a walk-on, and Jeremy Thomas started his career at Air Force. Played JV ball in Colorado Springs, transferred and sat out. There's a pass in and out of the hands of Michael Johnson. I don't know that we call that a drop or not. No.
You know, the other interesting thing about those walk-on fullbacks is we take a look at the high throw by David Green is not only did those guys go from being walk-ons to starters, but they also got drafted. I mean, Veron Haynes and J.T. Wall both were drafted by the Steelers. So, I mean, they became very good football players as well.
Really modest numbers for David Green. 12 of 30 for 142 yards. Time called by Louisiana State University. We'll be back in a moment.
To my oldest son, I leave the chateau on the French Riviera. To my only daughter, the Manhattan penthouse. To my youngest son, I bequeath 150 acres of uninhabitable swampland.
Yes!
With its amazing four-wheel drive capabilities, Jeep Grand Cherokee can make even the most unappealing terrain a lot more desirable.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order, please?
Lemonade, Mr. Long?
Sure.
That'll be $15.
For lemonade?
Well, you got your $2 basic charge, pourings extra, seed removal, and you do want it cool, right, Mr. Long?
Sound like your cable company? With Dish Network TV from Radio Shack, you get a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, digital quality RCA equipment, and 2 rooms with a digital video recorder or 3 rooms free. Dish Network TV.
I bet this isn't the end of your price increases.
Radio Shack.
There are medicines just for heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, nausea, even diarrhea. But the only leading brand to treat all 5 is Pepto-Bismol. Now you know. Pink does more than you think.
Am I brash? Yeah. Am I unpredictable? Yeah.
What makes Terrell Owens tick? Find out on the NFL Today Sunday on CBS.
Saturday in the Southeastern Conference, Corey Webster, that I think is the reason for the timeout. He was injured, and they called time. He came to the sidelines, now being escorted to the locker room. And Randall Gay, number 21, his first appearance of the year. Here's the handoff to Michael Cooper. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, Corey Webster is their best cover corner, and so with him out of the game, what they did was they took Travis Daniels, who was the starting free safety, and moved him to the corner, and now Randall Gay in the nickel situation will come in and be a slot receiver or corner. The other guy that's in the game that we haven't seen yet is Kirsten Pittman, number 48, an outside rusher who they think is going to be a great player.
3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Big pressure, knocked backwards. That's Marcus Spears, number 84. Talked about Marcus Spears, his decision to come here, recruited by Miami. He grew up in Baton Rouge. And the 4th knockback today.
Well, Lavallee got the quick pressure. He forced the early throw, and Spears got the knockdown. And a nice play by Marcus Spears. He's having a good season. I mean, he is getting comfortable as a defensive end now and playing very well.
Yeah, he and Michael Clayton, friends and teammates since they were 6 years of age. It's a story very similar to David Green and David Pollock at Georgia. And the two of them decided together to come here to LSU and try and turn things around, and my have they. 34-yard punt. Ely Kelso, nothing on the return. It's 7-3 LSU.
Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Trying to eat smarter? Well, Wendy's has a better way.
That looks good.
It is?
Rich and meaty chili, a fresh side salad with fat-free French, and a plain baked potato, each just 99 cents.
Lunch?
Yeah, and it only has 8 grams of fat.
Super.
Now do you tell them your lunch has only 5 grams of fat? Sure, speak up. Wendy's 99-cent super value menu. It's better here. And remember, you can eat great even late.
Let's see what we got today. Where's the jersey? There's the jersey. You've been outbid. I've been outbid. Yeah. That's it. I'm switching to Earthlink.
Speed up your internet with new Earthlink Accelerator. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, and you don't need new hardware. Call 1-800-EARTHLINK and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Wrangler, Radio Shack, Aflac, and by Earthlink.
Couple of quick scores for you.
That's a graceful Aflac duck. No, I know better. I know better. 7-3. We've got a good one cooking here in Baton Rouge. 7-3 LSU. They've got the ball. Michael Clayton is split wide to the right side. Two catches thus far. He's been over 100 yards in receiving in the first 3 games. Here's a handoff, Joseph Adai. And Adai struggles out near the 25, 23-yard line. Is where Adai will be stopped. Well, we talked about Michael Clayton and Marcus Spears, and there's a player down.
That's David Pollock.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Looked like he just got hit by his own guy. Thomas Davis may have leg whipped him at the end of the play. Take a look at the end of the play. Here's Pollock. He's tied up with a guy. Now watch, Thomas Davis is going to come into the screen, number 10, and his legs are going to flip around and hit David Pollock. Just kind of an awkward fall, and hopefully he'll be all right. He's had a quiet afternoon. LSU has accounted for him very well. Only 2 tackles and 1 pressure in the first half of play.
The All-American from Snellville, Georgia. We just mentioned his name in conjunction with David Green. Here's the flip out right. Devery Henderson gets a couple of blocks, tries to work it outside, and manages to make it to the 29-yard line. Devery Henderson. And Michael Clayton and Marcus Spears chatting with both of them yesterday. They met each other when they were 6 years old. They played for the South Baton Rouge Rams Pee Wee League. The head coach, they called him Coach Chew, right? Melvin Brooks. And he continues to affect their lives in a very positive way. They went to different high schools here. And Todd, we found it ironic that growing up in Baton Rouge, neither of them, Michael nor Marcus, ever came to games here at LSU.
Yeah, until they were seniors in high school and being recruited. Marcus Spears, he grew up going to Southern games. Both his parents went to Southern, and those are the games that he went to. And Michael Clayton, he had an uncle that was the offensive coordinator at Alcorn A&M, and he went to those games. And it wasn't until they were actually being recruited that they went to see the big school in their own backyard play.
First down, LSU. Now, Michael Clayton's uncle is O.C. Brown, and he was the offensive coordinator at Alcorn. It's a couple of hours away from Baton Rouge in Norman, Mississippi. There is Milton Clayton, and his mom, Marjorie, is there, and the little girl you see is his daughter. And there is Ebre Spears, Marcus Spears' father.
Well, those were two good kids we visited with yesterday, man. I was so impressed with both of them.
Yes, indeed. First down and 10. Blitz. One of the few times Georgia has done that in a dive. Bolts over right guard, out across the 40, out of bounds at the 45. A 16-yard gain.
Well, in the chess match that is an offensive coordinator versus a defensive coordinator, watch Davis come on the blitz, but the run is going to go this way. So they called it right. Jimbo Fisher called a run going away from the blitz where there were less defenders, and a nice strong run by Adai. And he's running the ball hard here to start the second half and protecting the football.
Yes, the two fumbles all but forgotten from last week. Here comes another blitz. This is Sean Jones. Boy, that one he timed perfectly. Sean Jones with the tackle. We go back to New York and spend a moment with Tim Brando.
All right, Vern, we're now late in the third quarter at Outson Stadium in Eugene, and John Navarre goes on the crossing pattern to Jason Avant. They kick the point, and the Wolverines are down 11.
Now the Ducks are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They're real good on offense, and they have not been all that good on defense, but obviously playing pretty well against Michigan today.
David Pollock back in. 3 tackles so far in the ball game for the All-American. Here's Mark. Right side, what a catch! Edwards, the tight end, got on the step ladder and brought it down.
Boy, football is a game of inches. You know, I mean, Sean Jones was in perfect position. He had the coverage. He's the leading interceptor on the team, and he thought he was going to get a pick here. He read the quarterback. It was kind of a lazy throw, but it just went just enough over Sean Jones to his tight end, Edwards. And Edwards protecting that football because they're trying to strip it out. I mean, he's a lot leaner than he was last year. He played at 270 last year and lost about 25 pounds this year. A much more athletic tight end right now.
18 yards on that one. Here's Mark with a play fake. Looks deep down the middle. Got him. Nailed back at the 49-yard line. David Pollock and Quentin Moses, and that is David Pollock's first sack of the season.
And it couldn't have come at a better time. And Matt Mock got lost a little bit here. He was looking for Clayton, who's over here, but he's going to miss his tight end. Watch his tight end break open on the corner route. And he could have hit his tight end right in here for a big play, but he was looking at Clayton the whole way, who was covered, and Pollock got to him.
Loss of 9. They'll share the sack, but David Pollock got there first. Quentin Moses helped cement it. Loss of 9, 2nd and 19. Bring it back. Dead ball foul.
Well, after having some nice momentum.
Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Previous spot. Complete second down.
A nice looking drive starting for LSU. Some good hard runs by Adai. A couple passes by Matt Mock. And now a sack and a penalty. And back across their side of the 50-yard line. So Georgia tightening it up here.
We play early moments, third quarter. If you did just join us, Georgia inside the 47 times in the first half of play. They came away with only a field goal as Billy Bennett went 1 for 4. And the go-ahead touchdown, a 21-yard run by Chiron Carey down the middle. Flag.
Yep,
yes.
Here it comes.
Yeah, they got the middle linebacker. And then Tim Jennings and Sean Jones were also in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
See who made contact.
See, Sean Jones is really an instinctive football player, and he read it right. He just got there a hair too early. And sometimes when you have a great reputation as a receiver, you get penalties too. There was the earlier contact by Sean Jones, and Clayton draws the penalty. Early contact, good call by the officials, and what a costly penalty against Georgia. Boy, oh boy.
2nd and 24 to 1st and 10.
Yes, sir. I mean, that. And getting closer to scoring territory again. That was a costly penalty on Sean Jones.
LSU goes with 3 wides on first down at the 37. Here's the option play. Mock pitches back. Chiron Carey almost bobbled it. And so he lost a yard. We go back to New York once again. Here's Tim Brando.
Vern, I know Todd would tell you that you'll always satisfy the fans if you just go deep. Chris Ricks off the play fake to Crafonzo Thorpe, again a speed merchant, a little bit like Lavernius Coles. This is his second touchdown catch of the day against the Buffaloes. Back to Vern and Todd.
All right, Tim. Buffs having some problems. Now they gave up a lot of points. They lost to Washington State, quarterback injured, and they're playing at FSU and trailing now. Loss of 2 in the last play, 2nd and 12.
I don't think I would run an option at David Pollock. I mean, he just blows those plays up.
How about this? A quarterback draw. How curious is that?
Well, Matt Mock is a very good runner. In fact, before he got hurt, I mean, he was more known as a runner than he was known as a thrower, but George is too fast. Take a look at Matt Mock throwing the ball. The thing that stands out of where he's distributing the football is that he's doing most of his damage in the middle of the field. Whether it's in the short or the intermediate area, he's working the middle of the Georgia defense better than he is on the outside.
Matt Mock making his 10th start. There's Jill Clem, his fiancée. Matt Mock at 24 years of age, his fiancée a couple of years older. Matt is a pre-dental student. Here comes the safety blitz. They flip it out right side to Adai. He's got a blocker in front. That was Nate Livings. And they move it to the 30-yard line. A 10-yard gain.
This is a pretty good call. 3rd down and long. Try to fool him with the screen, and it's set up well. It's executed well. Livings is out there leading it, number 71. He gets a good block. But Thomas Davis there with the big hit, number 10. I mean, when he hits you, you don't have forward progress anymore.
4th and 3. And Ryan Godet comes on. He is 1 of 3 for the season. Michael Clayton will be the holder. And this is from 47 yards away. It would equal the 1 that he made earlier this season. That's got a chance. More than a chance. It's good.
Well, Nick Saban told us they would probably have to be inside the 30-yard line for Godet. And he must have changed his mind in pregame warm-ups. 3 points for LSU.
Oh, look, it's the guy who falls. Fall now.
Oh, I don't really do that anymore. It's not like I got that insurance.
What insurance?
Flat. They pay you cash if you can't work when you get hurt. Not that I ever do. Aisle 5 under lingerie.
Price check.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Aflac.
To my oldest son, I leave the chateau on the French Riviera. To my only daughter, the Manhattan penthouse. To my youngest son, I bequeath 150 acres of uninhabitable swampland.
Terrible.
Yes!
With its amazing four-wheel drive capabilities, Jeep Grand Cherokee can make even the most unappealing terrain a lot more desirable.
Introducing Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito. It's a little spicy. Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito, packed with shredded chicken, simmered in Mexican spices. It's tasty, filling, and only $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
If you missed the Survivor premiere, catch it from the beginning. Survivor Sunday, and don't miss an all-new episode CBS Thursday.
92,251. They're celebrating that 47-yard field goal by Ryan Godet in his first year as the kicker here. Now Tim Jennings, DeCorey Bryant await the kick of Chris Jackson. That'll go through the end zone, touchback out to the 20-yard line. Premiering Tuesday on CBS, the Naval Criminal Investigative Service takes any case that threatens our military, even on Air Force One. Mark Harmon stars in Navy NCIS, premiering Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. 10-3. LSU, a 47-yard field goal by Ryan Gaudet, the latest score.
Corey Webster is still not in the ball game now. This is going to be a penalty, I think, on Georgia for breaking the huddle with too many guys. We've had an illegal participation penalty. This is going to be illegal substitution.
Substitution infraction. Broke the huddle with 12 players. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
You don't see Mark Richt get that upset very often. There you see, and he's out of the play before they broke the huddle. You know, and that's what Mark Richt is saying. Said, hey, he was almost off the field before we even got out of the huddle. We didn't break the huddle with 12 guys.
Play fake, David Green. Pressure from the backside. Almost intercepted. Oh, my.
And Green is down hard. I mean, he went down really hard on this one.
Right knee. Lionel Turner missed on the interception, and David Green in agony. DJ Shockley, the backup, has not played yet today.
And the first thing DJ needs to do is get some snaps with his center. He has not played yet. He's got to compose himself here, get a few snaps, loosen his arm up. Here's the end of the play. Just got rolled into. I mean, the man was being blocked into him. It was Lavallee, but Lavallee was blocked into David Green, and there's the near interception by Lionel Turner.
David Green, Snellville, Georgia, has meant so much to this team. DJ Shockley, who is the redshirt sophomore from College Park, Georgia.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's an all-night diner, an indoor playground, more unbelievable kitchen styles and options to choose from. Right now at Home Depot or Expo Design Center, make no payments and get no interest for 12 months on any purchase store-wide of $2.99 or more. Just use your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. It's the perfect time to let a little know-how become your inspiration. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Stop crying. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. No?
Luckily, AOL with top speed is the fastest way to surf the web of any national dial-up service.
Mommy's home. Such a good boy.
Life needs quick thinking.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Because having the right car or truck makes all the difference.
Sweetheart, your honey-do list just got a little bit longer. Sorry.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. When crimes happen in the military anywhere around the world, the Navy NCIS takes the case. Mark Harmon stars Navy NCIS series premiere CBS Tuesday.
Well, if you're a Georgia fan, the best sight you've seen today was that of David Green walking off unassisted.
And he looks like when you put your helmet back on, that means you plan to go back in the game. But this is why the reason Mark Richt uses DJ Shockley pays off. This isn't his first rodeo.
Yeah, but that looks a little bit like an unsuccessful goat rope.
That must be a Texas thing.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, how many tip passes have we had today? I mean, they had gone after all the quarterbacks. This is from the outside. Eric Alexander gets his hand on the football.
3rd and 15.
We may see a quarterback draw here this time by DJ Shockley.
Blitz. Shockley in jail. Careful.
Oh, boy.
Throws it away. I cannot believe it's an incomplete pass. The flag is down.
Yeah, they're gonna call intentional grounding. Yeah, I don't think he was out of the tackle box. And again, that's one where the defense won. I mean, you just got to eat it. Try to get as much as you can. Let them come in and punt the football. As it is, you still have to punt. and it's going to be way back in your own end zone. Another blitz, especially with a new quarterback, unblocked guys, and DJ Shockley, I mean, he's just got to be careful with the football. It could have been a whole lot worse. LSU is in attack mode right here. And they may try to attack Eli Kelso on this punt as well. This will be the best special teams field position they'll get.
Chiron Carey is perched at the 40-yard line. Eli Kelso at the end of the end zone. And getting his ears blistered from right behind.
Penalty. They ran into the kicker.
Yep. Ball will be allowed to come to a rest.
It'll probably be just the 5-yard variety. And you can afford to be a little more aggressive when it's 4th down and 28. 5 yards. Yep. Not a roughing the kicker, but a running into the kicker.
They might want to keep the play.
Maybe.
52-yard punt, nothing on the return.
And they're going to go after it. They bring these guys in and bring them off the corners. They wanted to block the punt. They had a block punt last week against Western Illinois. Travis Daniels got a block punt. And they went after this one, and it was Skylar Green who ran into the kicker.
Derek Dooley, special teams coach as well as running back coach. Son of Vince and Barbara, who are here. And I'm chatting with Skylar Green right now.
Running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty, decline.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. You get a 52-yard punt. You don't have to take a chance of kicking from 9 yards deep in your own end zone.
That's right. Because the chances are, if you kick it again, LSU won't try to block it. They're going to set up a return for Chiron Carey, and you're going to have worse field position if you're the Georgia defense. So a good decision by Mark Richt and his staff to decline the penalty.
Matt Mock, the junior, 10th start of his career. Hero of the SEC championship game when he replaced the injured Rohan Davey and led LSU from 17-7 down to a 31-20 victory. Hand off to a dive, 1 yard. That's about it.
See, I think Brian Van Gorder is getting a little bit more aggressive with his defensive calls. He is run blitzing more. When he's anticipating run by LSU, he's trying to drop another safety down or bring somebody in there full speed to the point of attack. He's not a heavy blitz guy, and when he does, he likes to play zone defense behind it, but does not want to allow the LSU offense to capitalize too much on this field position.
2nd down, 9. Option play again. The pitch back to Chiron Carey. Good defensive play, and there were some concerns about a face mask over there, but the tackle is made by Sean Jones. Matt Mock, we had a chance to spend some time with him yesterday. He's from Jasper, Indiana. We mentioned he was recruited by Nick Saban at Michigan State, and then spent 3 years as a catcher in the Chicago Cubs organization. Ironically, 2 of the years he spent in Class A ball were in Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah.
And then when he decided that baseball was not in his future, he contacted Nick Saban, who was the head coach at LSU, and now on course to graduate, getting married in the winter, and going to become a dentist. Blitz, Mock, right side. Devery Henderson is there. Good defensive job by DeCorey Bryant, number 22.
The reason this was a good play by DeCorey Bryant, the ball was a little bit underthrown. And if DeCorey Bryant wouldn't have turned and made a play on the football, he would have just run right through Devery Henderson, and it would have been pass interference. But he read the eyes of Devery Henderson, and then when he saw him go for the ball, he turned his body and went up and made a nice play on the football.
Now Donnie Jones is on to punt.
That was a huge defensive series for Georgia right there. Huge.
Snap is back. Jones goes for the left corner. Fair catch called at the 13-yard line by Damian Gary. David Green went into the Georgia locker room back on the sideline. And let's check in with Jill.
Well, they took David into the locker room for evaluation on his right knee. He was banged up pretty good, but he ran into the locker room, and now he's run out. So it looks like they're going to try to get him back in the game. They're giving me a thumbs up.
You see he's got a sleeve now on that right knee just to kind of hold everything in there. But DJ Shockley's still in the ball game right now for Georgia.
Backs in the eye. Shockley, of course, a running threat.
Yeah, I don't trust DJ Shockley with the football.
Nope.
If David Green is healthy, he needs to get back in the football game because DJ Shockley is just a little bit too careless with the football right now. This Chad Lavallee again. Watch him right over the center, number 93. Just powers right past Ross Tanner and gets in there. We talked about Lavallee he's the emotional fire plug for this defense. He sets the tempo. An outstanding inside interior defensive lineman, and he is really giving Russ Tanner some fits on the middle.
You mentioned that he had to sit out because of academic problems for a couple of years. Spent that time in part as a prison guard. And here's a second down play that doesn't go very far. Marcus Spears, number 84, made the tackle.
This game is shifting. The feel of this game is shifting towards LSU. They've got the field position edge, and they're being aggressive. And right now, they're going after the backup quarterback, who needs to be very smart with the football on this 3rd down and 17 play.
Now, this is dangerous. Now, David Green having his ankle taped. Shockley under center. Steps up, goes deep right side. Reggie Brown had a half a step. The pass a little too deep.
Yeah, not a bad call. I mean, they went maximum protection. It was a 2-man route. Reggie Brown and Sean Bailey, the only 2 guys in the route, and he had his man beat. Remember, Corey Webster has been out with some cramps, and he was beaten on that play. Just a slight overthrow by Shockley.
Minus 20 since David Green's injury. And a little conversation here with Mark Richt.
I think you set up Chiron Carey on this return. Don't try to get the block. Set up a good return. Try to get inside the 30-yard line.
Gordon Ely Kelso. Nice, high, and very deep. That's a terrific punt. And Chiron Carey.
Great punt, great coverage.
Yes, sir. 51-yard punt, minus 2 on the return. We go to Tim Brando.
Vern, what do you think I have for you here? Do you think there's a chance we could have a 3rd kick return for a touchdown in the UCLA-Oklahoma game? Maurice Drew, 91 yards the kickoff return. Remember, Antonio Perkins had 2 punt returns already in the game for Oklahoma. 42-24, number 1 in holding, but special teams continue to be a problem today.
All right, Tim. 1st down and 10 after that outstanding punt of 51 yards by Ely Kelso. Here's a reverse. Devery Henderson going left. Boy, did Georgia stay home on that one. Bruce Thornton was the first to get there. Well, next Saturday, college football on CBS. Our coverage of the Home Depot SEC will begin with the Olympus College Football Today show Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Tim joined by Spencer Tillman, and we'll all be in Tuscaloosa as the Arkansas Razorbacks go into Tuscaloosa to take on Alabama 3:30 next week.
Both of those teams testy games tonight. I mean, Arkansas has North Texas, who can play some defense, and Alabama with Northern Illinois, who already has beaten Maryland this season.
Mock with a play fake, looks deep, goes deep. Michael Clayton, man coverage, no flag. Bruce Thornton.
You know what? Bruce Thornton is a great story in college football. This was a guy who was a highly touted running back. Didn't quite pan out as a runner. They moved him to corner, and quite honestly, the first year or so that he played corner, they tried to hide him. I mean, they really tried to design coverages to not expose him. But he has gotten better and better throughout his career. Had a 71-yard interception return for a touchdown against Florida State last year in the Sugar Bowl, and today 4 tackles and 3 passes defended.
How about the last 2 plays?
Yeah.
He dug out the reverse, made the tackle, and then went deep. Here's Mark. Got time, goes left, kicked away. Bruce Thornton. Yep.
Right in the right position, reading the routes, breaking on the football. I don't think that Matt Mock is telegraphing his throws. I think the receivers are not pushing these Georgia defenders off the ball enough. And so they're not creating any separation or any space against the Georgia corners.
3 fine plays by Bruce Thornton, and again, LSU gives it up. They lead by 7. Late third quarter.
Back-to-back defensive possessions, impressive by Georgia.
Oh, what a punt by Donnie Jones. Oh, man. And unfortunately for the LSU Tigers, it goes into the end zone. That's a 60-yard punt. Well, let's check in once again with Jill Arrington.
Well, Vern, good news for Georgia. David Green is ready to get back on the field. He's run around. They put a brace on his knee. They taped up that ankle a little extra. They said a little prayer for him on the sidelines. His dad came over. He gave him a thumbs up, and he's talking to Rick. He's ready to go on the field right now. All
right, thank you, Jill. His dad, Rick, is here. Mom, Kay, made the trip up. And here is David Green. He has not, however, had a terrific day. And there's a personal foul penalty against Georgia. Dead ball foul. Marks the ball back to the 10.
And again, the field position swinging in the favor of LSU. You know, we talked about David Green struggling today and not having one of his main weapons, Fred Gibson. We also mentioned Ben Watson, the tight end, who is another weapon, a valuable guy in the middle of the defense working against linebackers. They have a more inexperienced tight end in the ball game now.
LSU with a 4-man rush. Pass right side, caught by Sean Bailey, number 12. The freshman, that's the 3rd catch of the year for Bailey, a gain of 11.
And a no-huddle attack for Georgia. It's not a hurry-up or a speeded-up type of offense. It's just a no-huddle. It just tries to make the defense be a little bit more plain, a little bit more simpler in design.
1st and 10. Russ Tanner, the center, snaps it back. Again, a 4-man rush. Green goes right, drills that one. And we go back to New York once again. Here's Tim Brando.
All right, Vern, Michigan trying to come back after a fake field goal at the 5-yard line, leading 24-13. Oregon didn't get it done. Steve Preston on a 10-yard reception from John Navarre. They get the 2-point conversion. Oregon driving and leading now only by 3 against Michigan.
All right, Tim, 2nd and 2 here.
It's interesting to me to see the difference.
Out to the 40-yard line. Just think, Todd, the difference in the two halves.
7 times in the first half. Georgia inside the 40 came away with 3 points. Billy Bennett 1 of 4 from field goals. Georgia with the 1 touchdown. And this whole half has been played at the Georgia end of the field.
Yeah, it's been a real, you know, when you get in there, you have to be able to take advantage, particularly on the road. And that's been the story for Georgia so far.
Green will take a shot. Good coverage by Webster downfield on Reggie Brown. The pass is incomplete. And David Green gets up limping a little bit. Now, Billy Bennett, the senior field goal expert. Tough day. Wide right. Wide left.
Bank. What's that song? When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. And Michael Cooper over the top for another short yardage conversion on 3rd down. So 2 for 2.
Deep in his own territory, here's Keith Jackson and Dan Fouts.
And welcome to those of you watching Florida State, Colorado. 33-7 Seminoles in that one. Here in Eugene, Oregon, it's 24-21 Oregon. Michigan from their own 4-yard line on 1st down, going for the bundle. And it is incomplete. Braylon Edwards, covered by Justin Fennessy, running down the sidelines, could not get to it.
And that history I was talking about, Keith, the biggest comeback in Michigan school history is 17 points against Virginia in '95, the season opener that year. They trailed by 18, 24-6 in this 3rd quarter.
They had a terrible first half, but about the middle of the 3rd quarter, they started to find themselves. And they're beginning to look more like the Michigan team everybody was anticipating. A crowd thunderous, trying to help its defense. Navarre's been throwing to Braylon Edwards all day, and he throws one more time, and it's incomplete. Kevin Mitchell in on the coverage, the linebacker on that side.
Todd Harris talked about how Oregon has failed to hold on to leads in the recent history. And you can see last year against 4 top opponents in the Pac-10. You go back a year before, this loss here was the only loss in that great senior season of Joey Harrington.
3rd down and 10 from their own 4 for Michigan. This could be a big play. Big play. Navarre looking, hunting, and throws, and caught by Jason Avant, who has had a big second half. He scored the first touchdown for
You know, you gotta go beat at Jones. Go Claw!
He always wanted a boy. She hits both ways, you know.
They're coming your way 7 nights a week. The Fantasy 5.
Okay, Billy Bob, your numbers are up.
The Fantasy 5 are delivering huge prizes with drawings every night and cash payouts usually in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Now I can get me a pair of them fancy overalls.
And I can get me a Porsche.
Time is running out to get incredible deals during Ford's authorized clearance. With 0 down and 0% financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Drive Ranger for just $197 a month. Or choose F-150 with 0 for 60 months or $4,250 cash back. Hurry, Ford's authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your neighborhood Ford dealer today.
Get the plays of the day on the Guardian Insurance Dog Show next on CBS 46.
Couldn't find a better man in the stare down than Michael Clayton. His team leads it by 7. They are 22-2 and leading after the 3rd under Nick Saban. But an impressive Georgia drive here is David Green. That's the 5th tip today, and it's intercepted by Lionel Turner. 5 tipped passes, and that is the first interception thrown by David Green this year.
You know what? I don't know if this was tipped by a hand. I think this ball went off somebody's head. I think it went off of a helmet. It was Bruce Wyatt or Bryce Wyatt, number 92. Watch his head, 92. The ball is going to hit him. No, it hits his own guy. It hits the offensive lineman blocking him, and the interception. This was not a tip pass. It went off his own guy, number 73, Bartley Miller, the guard. And what a turnover for LSU.
First down at the 39-yard line. Play fake. Joseph Adai breaks inside the 35. The running game has not been a significant part for either team today as we get underway with the 4th quarter action. Vern Lundquist, Todd Blackledge. Let's talk about the significance of this game. It's the 4th game of the year.
Well, I think Nick Saban said it the best way. He said it's a big game. Let's not kid anybody, but it's not a defining game. It's not going to define the season or whether we're contenders for the SEC championship. Quite honestly, if you look at it, Georgia's win over South Carolina was more important than if they would win today, because that was an SEC East game. I mean, it's a big game because it's 2 good teams, and I think both head coaches can find out a lot about how good their teams are in a game like this.
Flag thrown before the snap. And Rocky Good's going to let us know against whom this one is called.
Offsides, defense with contact.
Now, one of the real stories of this game has been when the team has had the advantage in field position, they've not capitalized. Georgia didn't capitalize in the first half, and so far LSU hasn't capitalized. They've had good field position. They must capitalize on this possession. They're inside the 30-yard line. They've got to put points on the board.
First down and 10 at the 29. Matt Mauck. 2 wide receivers left side. And again, we've got
we're going to go backwards.
Yep.
And let me finish up that point. Why I think it's important that LSU capitalize here. And I think they need to capitalize with a touchdown. You do not want
Offense.
You do not want, if you're LSU, to be hanging around with a 7-point lead with number 14 on the field for Georgia. You don't want to give him a chance to win this game in the fourth quarter, because he'll do it. He'll find a way to do it. That's why you need to score here if you're LSU.
This is the 30th start of David Green's career. He has posted 5 fourth-quarter comebacks in the 2.5 years that he's been the starter. 1st and 15. Deep back behind Matt Moss. 3 wideouts. Here comes the safety blitz, Thomas Davis. And a dive goes right away from Davis. And gets about 3. Odell Thurman, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle. David Green, junior. Against 6th-ranked Tennessee, that was the pass we alluded to in the first half to Baron Haynes. They won on the road by 2. Last year, 3 times, Clemson, Alabama, and most significantly and memorably, I think, the 19-yard pass to Michael Johnson on 4th down at Auburn. 2nd down and 12. Handoff, Sharon Carey. Not much there. Well, as a freshman, David Green, memorably at Georgia and Auburn, as Michael Johnson made the catch, and the year prior to that, Baron Haynes in the end zone got into the checkerboard at Tennessee, and they won that one 26-24.
No, we were there for that Auburn game last year, and I've seen that play 1,000 times. But the one thing that the more I see it, the more I think is what a great throw it was. It was obviously a great catch, but on 4th down, to keep that in the field of play and give Michael Johnson a chance was spectacular.
Moss, screen pass, right side, a dive, looks for block, Odell Thurman. A brilliant defensive effort by the middle linebacker.
Terrell McGill was the guard who was leading that play. McGill has been out with a bruised kidney, and this is his first game back, and Odell Thurman just beat him on the play. Now they have a blocker out in front of a dive. There's McGill, 68, but Odell Thurman just slipped inside of him and made the play.
Having kicked a 47-yarder already, Ryan Godet is going to go for a career long of 48. It's blocked in the line of scrimmage, and Sean Jones got the block. This is a Georgia team that last year had 9 punt and field goal blocks. They had a guy named Boss Bailey then.
That's right, and he was their field goal blocker. Sean Jones is going to get this one. He comes from off the ball. There wasn't a great push on the inside. It was just Sean Jones's leaping ability. And a lot of times when you try a longer field goal, the kicker doesn't get as much lift on the football. A low kick and a high jump equals a block for Georgia.
Now, it
the 42-yard line before the place kicker Jared Siegel knocks him down, and Siegel took a pretty good lick from him. ABC Sports presentation of college football is brought to you by Chevy Silverado. It's the right truck. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right. Capital One. What's in your wallet? And Coca-Cola. Let's make it real. He had a penalty flag on the return. It's a very common occurrence, it seems, these days, and most of the time it's the same old call, blocking in the back.
That was a great kickoff by Siegel, but he kicked it so low it allowed LeSueur to get a big return, but part of that reason for that return was holding against Michigan. That'll pin him back inside the 20.
So the good field position out beyond the 40 negated by the penalty, and the ball is put down on the 18-yard line. Navarre sets him up with Perry behind him. Perry has been controlled so far today. The ball is thrown to the sidelines. Again, it's Edwards. Who else? And a penalty flag over near where the quarterback released the ball. It's holding against Michigan. So the Wolverines now shot themselves in the foot twice with mistakes.
After the kickoff, they had the
season of CSI is about to begin.
Going against the wind and against the clock.
The next Terrell Suggs, they probably will never see another of those. But they say he is stronger and faster, which is hard to believe.
It also gave him back the momentum and this crowd.
It is first down and 19 from the 9. Penalty flag. That might be an offside encroachment at least by Oregon.
The sideline.
You see, Nick Saban is a secondary coach. I mean, that's what his background is. And he is very much a hands-on head coach. And he's mad at Travis Daniels for giving so much cushion to Reggie Brown.
That's animated.
That's called tough love.
Oh,
that's what it is. He coaches hard now.
What a picture. Oh, I think Travis Daniels heard him. Dead ball flag. Let's go back to New York and Tim Brando.
Vern, special teams again, and Michigan may be kicking themselves at the end of the year over what they did on this kick. It's Keith Lewis blocking the punt. Now watch. Keith Allen recovered in the end zone. It's now 31-21 quack attack. This could cost Michigan a shot at the national title.
My. 10-3 here. 1st and 5.
It's a step-up time now for LSU's defense. We've seen Georgia's defense step up when their backs were against the wall in this second half. Time for LSU to answer.
Try the middle, don't get it.
You know, sometimes somebody might turn this game on and look at the stats, see the stats at the end of 3 quarters, and oh, what an ugly game. But you know what? This has been an outstanding defensive football game. Both defenses have played outstanding. They both have worked their plan. They're different plans, but they both have been effective in neutralizing the opponent's offense.
2nd down and 5, no gain. This after the blocked field goal. Sean Jones, David Green for the day. 16 of 39 for 189. He had a pass intercepted. And he is sacked now. Also had a fumble in the ball game. And this is Cameron Vaughn, number 46, who gets the sack.
Now, a little different look now. They went with a 3-down line and brought Cameron Vaughn. Here he is as a linebacker. He's going to come on the edge and get the sack. 3 defensive linemen. They sneak him around the outside, and he beats Cooper. Cooper tried to cut him, and Vaughn went right over him for the sack.
Another big 3rd down now for Georgia. They're 5 of 14. LSU with 4 sacks today. Here's Green with time. Reggie Brown tries to break the tackle and can't.
And look at Saban this time. High-fiving. He's happy because he said, look, that's good defense. They need a lot of yardage. If he makes a catch, just don't let him get away. Tough love, I'm telling you. Chew him and then love on him.
And it was the same young man, yep, Travis Daniels, who gets the encouragement this time. That's great. Nick Saban, in his 4th year as the head coach here, came from Michigan State, graduate of Kent State University. 1972, he was a baseball player as well as an outstanding defensive back. 4th down. Short. It's a fake.
Oh, boy.
Still going for it. That's Joe Tarashinsky, the backup quarterback, and I do not believe he got it.
And Georgia thinks he did, and he gave tremendous effort, but I don't think he got it.
No.
It's 4th and 2. They snapped it to the up back, who is Tarashinsky. He's the 13th quarterback. Now he's about 5 yards off the ball, so he's got to run 5 yards just to get to the line of scrimmage. And the safety, Jack Hunt, was the first guy to get there. LSU was in a safe punt defense. That means they weren't going to try to rush or do anything exotic, and they were ready to stop that play.
Well, a blocked field goal by Georgia, then an unsuccessful fake punt. And here's the toss to Chiron Carey. Thomas Davis with the tackle. 9 minutes to go.
Now, if you're Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher, you're thinking 2 things here. Number 1, points. We need to get more than a 7-point lead, make it a 2-score game. And number two, let's work the clock, too. There's 8 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ball game. So let's work the clock, and let's get some more points. And let's get out of here with a win. Take a look now. Under Nick Saban, when they score less than 20, they have not been very successful. They're trying to reverse that today.
Carey on the draw play comes right. And is stopped at the 43-yard line. Bruce Thornton, number 7, made the tackle. Nick Saban.
This is a short yardage play now for Nick Saban and LSU. They bring in an extra offensive lineman. Rudy Niswanger is another offensive lineman that they bring in, and it's an unbalanced line to the right. Over here, you got 3 offensive linemen and a tight end. It's unbalanced. That's probably the way.
Well, they go the other way, and Carey weaves back to the right and picks up the first down.
That's good vision. You know, I mean, it's not there. You make a decisive cut, and you keep going forward for the first down. You don't try to bounce it all the way outside. Find a crease and get the first down.
Go back to what he said earlier in the week. I'm a little guy with big man talent.
That's right.
1st and 10, 7:35 remaining in this one. 10-3. A 21-yard touchdown by Shylone Carey in the first half is the difference right now. Here's Carey again. And Sean Jones, this one might come back. Umpire threw the flag. Holding LSU. Tonight on CBS, a woman says she was assaulted 3 times by the same man. So why can't a top FBI profiler find him? Don't miss 48 Hours Investigates, followed by Hack and the District. It's all here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network.
I think they got Wilkerson the center. He's going to block on Odell Thurman, and I think that's where the holding is going to be. Watch the center take the linebacker. He's got both hands around him. And that's where the hold was. You can see the right arm right there of Wilkerson wrapped around the back of Odell Thurman. And so a good run wiped out. And again, now 1st and 19, a critical offensive possession for LSU, and they've got a long yardage situation.
Play fake, Matt Mock under some pressure, screen pass, throws
decision
too high, and Peterman made a fine play to make sure it wasn't intercepted.
Well, and we have a late flag. It was a good decision by Matt Mock because Bruce Thornton had read the screen. He was there to defend the screen, and Mock threw it away. But this was well after the play when the flag came down. Okay, this is ineligible man downfield, and they got Wilkerson again, number 55. Now, the only problem is if it was a screen pass, which it was, you're allowed to throw a screen pass and get linemen down the field. But if the ball went across the line of scrimmage, then they can call that penalty for a lineman downfield. See, when you throw a screen, it's designed to throw behind the line of scrimmage, so you can release linemen downfield. But the ball, here's Wilkerson, he's over the line too, but the ball is across the line of scrimmage right there. Because Mock was throwing it away, it crossed the line of scrimmage, and they were able to call illegal man downfield.
Downfield against the offense. Penalty line. 2nd down.
Did I explain that?
That's a nifty explanation.
I mean, you normally don't see that because on a screen, you want your lineman down the field. But when the screen was diagnosed by Georgia, Matt Mock had to throw it away.
And after the decline penalty, it's 2nd and 19. 10-3.
And right now, Matt Mock has to think, okay, 2nd and 19, let's try to get half of it here. If we can get 9 or 10 yards, we got a shot on 3rd down. We don't have to get it all on this play.
Michael Clayton, only 2 catches in the ball game. Mock, Devery Henderson inside, works to the 40. And he didn't get it all, but he got a lot.
And a great block by Peterson, the All-American guard. That was the key block, was getting Peterson out there to make the first block on the little tunnel screen. Here's Henderson. He's going to come inside. Clayton's going to block his man. Watch 72 Peterson. The one block he needed right there. And Henderson able to cut inside of that block and turn it into a good game. They got 10 on the play. And again, now it's a more manageable 3rd down play at 3rd and 9.
There's Stephen Peterman. Mentioned that he was a new father. Stephen Jr. born in August. Wife Colleen. 3rd down and 9. Henderson in motion. Low snap. Mock controls it. Rolls out. Puts it up. Got it! First down. 27. Dwayne Bowe, number 81.
What a hard throw for Matt Mock to make. A right-handed quarterback rolling to his right, throwing back across his body for a huge third down conversion to a freshman receiver. What a critical play.
And a player down. It's the stellar safety Thomas Davis.
That was only the second third down conversion for LSU in the second half. 2 of 6, and LSU in business.
6:05 to go.
And the Wolverines should use their timeout here.
And they have.
Because now Oregon's thinking 3 points. They got a great field goal kicker in Jared Siegel, and he will have the wind at his back if they try a long field goal.
It is 4th down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Dorsey under pressure, throws it. Incomplete. The Buckeyes win. And now the party begins for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And they are the national champions of college football.
This championship. The Big Cheese, only at Sonic. And right now, add a creamy hot fudge sundae for just 99 cents.
My allergies will never ruin my life again.
Announcing the most important breakthrough in the history.
Nice place.
That there was.
The injured Joel Klatt hits Jeremy Bloom, the skier, and he's got downhill speed, 81 yards. Buffs get within 3. It's 10-7, but Florida State just blew this thing open. Third quarter, Ricks, he wants Crefonso Thorpe, 66 yards. He later blocked a punt for a touchdown. Seminoles went up 26-7 after that score, and they are rolling 40-7 now. Look at the numbers for Ricks. 30 of 39, 394 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Thorpe has caught 8 balls for 205 and the 2 scores. So the Noles, 40-7, just about 6 minutes left here. And they got an easy one next week at Duke, and then they got to play Miami, and they are revving up, looking good right now. And rolling over Colorado. Ohio State quarterback Craig Krenzel not starting today, got an elbow injury, so the Buckeyes went with back.
First down and 10. Backs in the eye. Shylone Carey around the corner. How big was that? 2nd and 19 and 39.
Yeah, again, the point, and what Matt Mock did was so beautiful, was on 2nd and 19, don't feel like you have to get all of it back. Get what you can. They got 10 on 2nd down. Then they had 3rd and 9. He came up with another big play. And those are 2 outstanding plays in a row for Matt Mock.
Matt Mock, born and raised in Jasper, Indiana. His parents have moved. They live in Santa Claus, Indiana. They don't make this stuff up.
Yeah. They live right across the lake from Jay Cutler's parents, who's the quarterback at Vanderbilt.
Here's Carey again. And there's a 3rd player from Santa Claus, Indiana. He reminded us. Ken Dilger, the tight end. Who would have thunk that there'd be 3 players?
Not me.
Santa Claus.
I thought it was interesting, too. Matt told us once he got back into football, he says he can't watch baseball anymore. I mean, he likes watching baseball tonight, the quick, fast action highlights, but he can't sit and watch a game. It's too slow for him now. Football, a much faster game and much more to his liking now.
3rd and 2. 5:14 to go. Option play. Mock keeps it.
Nice. Good decision.
Great cut.
Uh-oh, he dropped the ball, though. He was bobbling it as he went through. Georgia thinks they've got the football.
The scrum will be unraveled. Georgia ball.
Oh, my.
Derek White, number 53.
He made a good decision to go inside, and there's the hit by Odell Thurman, the middle linebacker, knocked the football out. And there it is loose, and in the fight for the football, Georgia comes up with it. And yet again, the Georgia defense steps up.
4 minutes, 52 seconds left. The margin is 7.
The inspector's on site. What should I do? Hello, guys. What should I... He's going to pull the permit. What should I do? Is anybody there?
If your walkie-talkie service is unavailable, bad things can happen. Now there's a push-to-talk from Verizon Wireless, brought to you on America's best, most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now?
Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
This is the Fidelity Investments CBS Sports Desk.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Brando, and welcome to the Fidelity Investments CBS Sports Desk. In college football today, a contender became a pretender. Kansas State goes down. Marshall's Graham Goetner off the play action finds a defensive tackle. That's Jason Rader for a 2-yard score. It's 27-20. Last chance for K-State at home. Jeff Schwinn in for L. Roberson. The pass incomplete. The upset is complete. A 10-game win streak comes to an end. They had won 41 non-conference home games prior to today's loss. And Ohio State still living dangerously at the old horseshoe of the Banks and the old Intenji. But again, Will Allen preserves victory as he did against San Diego State. Doesn't go 100 yards for a touchdown, but Ohio State holds on against Bowling Green 24-17. Oregon could be dealing a devastating blow to Michigan's national title hopes. They're up 10 at Outson Stadium in Eugene. And Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Florida State likely to remain unbeaten. That's all for now from the Fidelity Investment CBS Sports Desk. Let's get you back to Georgia and LSU.
This has been the Fidelity Investments CBS Sports Desk.
Thank you, Tim. LSU defensive unit urging support from the fans, and the Georgia contingent trying to equal the noise factor. After the turnover, 1st down and 10.
And do they stay with that same formula of blitzing David Green?
They do on 1st down. Here comes Spears, and he hits the ball from behind, and a flag is thrown. We may get a holding call.
It'll be a holding, and that was a mismatch. That's the tight end, Robert Brannon, trying to block Marcus Spears. And Spears fought his way to the quarterback. Marcus Spears, number 84, was recruited as a highly touted tight end, had played both offense and defense in high school, and there you see the hold, 84 on 84, and another tip ball. I mean, they have done what they set out to do. Georgia came in averaging 30 points a game. They've got 3. David Green has been in a rhythm through 3 games, and LSU has knocked him out of that rhythm. But he is still the most dangerous guy to be facing in this situation.
1st and 18 at the 7.
No blitz this time.
Screen pass right side, caught by Tyson Browning. He's got some room. He's got a lot more room. He's got a downfield block, and he is gone. No flags. Tyson Browning, 93-yard Bulldog touchdown.
One of the few times that LSU chose not to blitz. David Green makes them pay. It's a zone defense. They rush 4. They invite the rush. There's one block by Bartley Miller, a couple more blocks, and we are seeing Tyson Browning more than we ever thought. But this is why. Great out of the backfield catching the football.
Extra point, Bennett up. We're tied. Damian Gary had the clearing block at midfield, and it was a doozy. 93-yard touchdown. Knox to 10.
Michelin designed the cross-terrain SUV tires specifically for SUVs to help provide responsive handling and a...
Suffered a knee injury. We told you he left the game. Well, he's back.
No blitz this time.
Screen pass right side.
Green with a little innocent screen pass.
He's got some room. He's got a lot
Not so innocent anymore.
Downfield block, and he is gone. No flags.
And
Tyson Browning,
Justin Browning in for the touchdown. And a huge play for Georgia.
And yeah, that's kind of what it looks like if you're an LSU fan right now. Tigers have been clinging to that 10.
Completions, 22 of them have been to those three men you just mentioned.
Yep. Second down and 10. When you're throwing the ball all the time, you don't use the clock all that much. And there he goes to Edwards again, and it's complete.
Way to surf the web of any national dial-up service.
Mommy's home. Such a good boy.
Life needs quick thinking.
Tyson Browning set out the first 3 games suspended because of infractions. 93-yard catch. A touchdown that goes into the Georgia record books. Georgia fans will never forget Run, Lindsey, Run when they beat Florida in 1980. And now Tyson Browning in the books.
Wow. Just the perfect play call at the perfect time by Mark Richt. You know, LSU didn't blitz. They set up the screen. They got guys out in front, and they got one crucial touchdown block by Damian Gary at the end of the play.
Now Billy Bennett, who is kicking off this year for the first time and usually kicks off directionally. Not the strongest leg on kickoffs, and tries to place the ball. Henderson is one of the 2 deep men, Skylar Green the other. And this will be Devery Henderson at the 1. Got some room and great speed. How about that for a counterpunch?
What a response by Devery Henderson. We talked about the kicking game being one of the keys. Who wins in special teams? Another breakdown by the Georgia kicking game. They got out of their lanes to their responsibility, maybe a little complacent after the big touchdown by Browning, and Henderson makes them pay for it. And great starting position now for Matt Mock and the LSU offense.
51 yards away. Here's the option again. Mock. Shylone carries, got a fullback in front, turns the corner, out of bounds.
Nice block by Stelz, the fullback. Needed one block on the perimeter. Again, this is a very difficult defense to get outside of, but he got the block from Stelz and turned the corner.
2nd and 2. Ryan Van Gorder, defensive coordinator.
Oh, what a game. What a game.
It's had a few elements to it, hasn't it? 2nd and 2. Tied at 10. Backs in the eye for Mock. Michael Clayton, a quiet presence today. There's the handoff to Carey, going right. Close for the first down at the 41-yard line. Well, first half dominated by Georgia offensively. They were inside the 40-yard line 7 times, but came away with only 3 points. LSU got across the 50 just once, but they got a 21-yard touchdown by Shyrone Carey. It was 7-3. A 48-yard field goal made it 10-3, and then Georgia just stunned this LSU crowd. A 93-yard screen pass. David Green to Tyson Browning for the tying touchdown, but now LSU threatens. 3rd and 1. Should be enough for the first down.
And again, we're in the same scenario for LSU. You're thinking 2 things. You're thinking points and you're thinking clock. All right, don't let David Green have much time on the clock, but make sure you score. Now, the last time it was to make it a 2-score lead. This time it's just to have any lead at all.
Matt Mock looks back over toward the bench. David Green.
And remember, if you're thinking field goal here to make it a 13-10 lead for Ryan Gaudet, he made a 47-yarder and he had a 48-yard attempt blocked. So if you're Nick Saban, you're thinking, let's get it in a little bit closer to make the odds better.
Here's Mock, quarterback draw. Darts to his right. Sean Jones is there to help on the tackle with Derek White's assistance. And it's going to be second down.
LSU with 2 timeouts left. Georgia with all 3 of theirs.
Gaudet is a freshman from New Orleans. He's a walk-on. 1 for 3 coming into this game. And he's kicked 1, had 1 blocked in the ball game. 225. Hidden down in there is the tiniest fellow.
And I'll guarantee you, nobody's talking to him either. I mean, nobody wants to say anything to throw him off.
Blitz on second down. They toss it to a dive. And he is roped and dropped at the 35-yard line by Thomas Davis. Third down.
What a play by Thomas defense. I mean, this has been a knockdown, drag-out defensive game. And watch the continued effort by the leading tackler on the Georgia defense, Thomas Davis. I mean, watch this guy blitz and just stay with the play and chase it down. He comes inside the block, and he chases it down from the backside and trips him up. I mean, what a hustle play by Thomas Davis.
10th tackle for Thomas Davis. 3rd and 4. If they had to kick the field goal now, it would be 52 yards. Michael Clayton in motion. Mock rolls out, looks deep, fires it as he is hit. He's got Skylar Green. Oh, touchdown! LSU! Extra point from Gaudet. Michael Clayton will hold. Got it. Skylar Green, a 5'9" sophomore from West Waco, Louisiana, on the receiving end of a 34-yard touchdown toss from Matt Mock.
Of course you're going to invest in a 529 college savings plan.
It's federal tax-free.
But you want it managed right.
Not just through up markets, but down markets.
Through potty training?
And swim meets.
And broken curfews.
And strange piercings.
Hey, getting the money ready could be a lot less painful than getting the kids ready.
Make sure your 529 is managed by some of the best in the business. Call 1-800-FIDELITY or ask your advisor for more information.
Team with a timeout remaining.
They reset the play clock.
1:14. 3rd down and 19 for Michigan. Navarre's pass is thrown underneath all the coverage and the traffic and is completed to Massacoy, the tight end, and he will get to the 41-yard line.
That's a smart play by Navarre. You're not going to pick up all 19 yards. Throw it to an underneath receiver. Let him run for it. Good tackle by Rodney Woods as he bounces back.
Clock running inside 50 seconds. No timeout remaining. And they don't stop it unless you can incomplete or complete it and move the chains for a first down. And Navarre looking around. Throws and it's incomplete. Intended for a very tired Waylon Edwards. Now it is 4th down. A record crowd of 59,023.
It's over, Keith.
It's over.
Yep.
Of its timeouts. Chris Jackson with the kickoff. This one will be taken by Tim Jennings. Oh, boy. LaRon Landry.
Vern, let's go back and look at the touchdown and remember the situation. It was 3rd down and 4. This is Michael Clayton, and he's going to run this route. Skylar Green is right here. He's going deep, okay? Now, 3rd and 4, everybody in Georgia is thinking they're going to throw it to Clayton for the first down. And Tim Jennings, who's in coverage downfield, took a peek back at the play, and when he did that, Mock threw it over his head for the touchdown.
1st and 10 from the 15. 1:16 to go. Georgia, all 3 timeouts. 3-man rush. They drop 8. Green deep. Got Damian Gary all the way out to the 39-yard line. 24-yard gain. First down, 1:07 to go.
Now, one thing that Nick Saban and his staff have to be thinking about is, remember Little Rock last year. We thought we had that game won, and Matt Jones stole it from us at the end.
Here's Green. Reggie Brown tries to get out of bounds, does not, and it's short of the first down, so the clock continues to run. See if Georgia wants a timeout.
Yeah, they got all 3, and they need to take one right here.
2 timeouts remaining. Bulldogs trail by 7.
Whew, boy. Those blades of grass must get mighty thirsty standing out there in the sun all day long. As soon as you give them one drink, they're ready for another. Boy, you know what that's like. Lucky for you, there's also a light way to live. The high life.
Dear DirecTV, there's not a word to describe how great DirecTV is. It's not great. It's not greater than great. It's even greater than greatest. My mom, at first didn't know if it was a good idea, but now she loves DirecTV, and it saves her money. Signed, Brian Mills. Brian, I think I'm gonna have you write my next review.
Act now and get a 3-room DirecTV system, including equipment and installation, free.
Let's take a look at our Verizon Wireless top performance of the day. Tim Brando in New York, and an NCAA individual record shattered today. 3 punt returns returned by Antonio Perkins, 277 total return yards. That too an NCAA record. Now back to a great one on the Bayou. Vern and Todd.
All right, thank you, Tim. It is a great one here. Second down and 3. Mark Richt and the Bulldogs trail by 7.
And I think if you're LSU, you have to go after David Green. You've done it all game. Don't stop now.
That ball is slipped, and it's a first down inside the 43-yard line. Michael Cooper.
Clock will stop as they reset the chains. David Green knows that. Gets him at the line, gets the play called. Again, who else would you want at the helm at this point in the game than number 14 in the red jersey?
Boy, they are taking their time getting the chain set on the far side. They just do. Here's Green. Man for man.
Oh, what a play.
Picked off by LSU. Corey Webster saves the day.
What a play. He reaches back and flips the ball back. This is their best cover corner. He was out of the game for a while with cramps. Now watch his reaction. Flips it with the one hand and keeps it in the field of play and makes the pick. He's played 17 games as a cornerback, and he's got 10 interceptions. That's a pretty good ratio.
10 tackles and an interception today.
Came to LSU as a wide receiver and has become an outstanding cornerback.
Matt Mock takes a knee. Georgia spends its next to last timeout. So David Green, who had gone 167 passes without an interception, has been picked off twice this afternoon. Time call.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's an opportunity to make your home look great. Right now at Home Depot or Expo Design Center, make no payments and get no interest for 12 months on any purchase store-wide of $2.99 or more. Just use your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. No coupon needed. It's all part of the Dream It, Design It, Do It event going on now. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Let's take a look at the play of the game presented by Wrangler 5-Star Premium Denim. With the call, Jim Hawthorne of LSU.
4-receiver pattern out of the shotgun. Here's Clayton in motion. Snap to Mock. Rolls to the near side. He's looking.
And he throws it down deep, and there's Skylar Green. He's got it! Touchdown! Tigers!
He had reason to get excited.
Oh, man.
Mock takes a knee. Well, Nick Saban said he didn't want to place too much emphasis on this game. It was just a game. It was a big game,
right?
But it wasn't going to secure a spot in the SEC championship. Just a personal note, Nick Saban started his career as a coach, a graduate assistant at his alma mater, Kent State, with Don James, 29 years ago today. I was lucky enough to do my first broadcast of a college football game for ABC. Kent State beat Ohio University 20-0, and Nick Saban was on the sideline for Don James. He's aged better than I have.
Yes. Oh, me too.
You agreed too quickly.
I'm sorry.
Final timeout spent. And our player of the game, 24-year-old junior Matt Mock, 14 of 29, 180 yards. But he hit the big touchdown to Skylar Green.
And you could equally make a case for the entire LSU defense in the game that they played today as being the collective players of the game, because what a tremendous effort against an undermanned and yet still dangerous Georgia offense.
David Pollock, Ben Wilkerson, Nick Saban, Mark Richt, Tyson Browning, 93-yard pass reception for the tying touchdown. But Devery Henderson set up the winning touchdown with a 48-yard kickoff return. And let's go down to Jill Arrington, who's with Nick Saban.
Coach Saban, like the movie Seabiscuit, it came down to the backstretch, that fourth quarter, eye-to-eye. What does it say about the heart of your team, this victory?
Well, I'm proud of our team, obviously, for the way we competed in the game. I mean, they come back 10-10 on a big play, and we go down and score a touchdown. And I don't know what else you can say about that. We got them stopped in 2 minutes. So I got to say something good about Georgia's players. They did a great job. I got to say something about our fans, who did a fabulous job of making this a great place to play a football game.
All right, the will to win, Coach. Congratulations, Vern.
Thank you, Jill. 92,251 watched this one in person. About 90,000 of them are going to go home happy. Final score 17-10 from Death Valley for Jill.
Right here, all they did look like they put fuel in it. Now we pretty much know if they filled it up right there, he can go the distance from here, and he should stay on the lead lap. I don't know, that's interesting strategy though.
Well, that's short pitting, Larry. I mean, if you're on the lead lap and in contention, would you want to do that at this point?
Well, he had a good clean pit road. He didn't have to contend with anyone, but I don't know about that.
If you're running 23rd, I don't know, Dick. What do you think?
Well, I don't know about that deal, but I can tell you that Tony Glover actually discussed it when he was talking with Shirley Marlin on that last caution flag. They thought if they did that, then if everybody else had to pit under green, why they'd be ahead of all those other cars, and maybe that would work out well. But he said, I don't want to do this if I don't have to. Well, I guess you didn't have to because they didn't do it. Yeah, the downside of doing that would be if you run a few laps here and a caution comes out. Even though you'd still be on the lead lap, then everybody's going to come get tires, and you're going to be marred back in the field. So that's the only downside.
Clear 38. Don't come in till you have to. It's been my experience.
The biggest cheerleaders on pit road, Terry Labonte's crew. They were up on the wall cheering him last time by, and wait till they see him come by this time, now that he's gotten past Elliott Sadler for 7th place.
This is a good run for Terry, and I tell you, the last 6 races, he's went from 31st to 17th in points, and here we see the battle between Jeff Green in the 1, Elliott Sadler in the 38, and that is the battle for 8th position.
48's on pit road, guys.
Elliott Sadler's lost 2 positions. There you see Jimmy Johnson, like you said, Darrell, on pit road. We know if he fills it up with fuel here, he can go the distance.
Too close to the wall. Got to be full of fuel to in the left rear.
Are you saying stay close to the wall, which means fuel only?
No tires.
Matt's there.
All right, buddy, come on in here. Don't lock him up. Nice and easy.
You heard Chad Canal say don't lock them up because they're not going to change the tires. They make a wedge adjustment, pack himself full of fuel. He's away. He said the car was just way too loose.
And that was an opportunity to get that wedge in there because he definitely cranked some wedge in that left rear to tighten him up.
Yeah, I mean, if he got a problem, well, you know, maybe that's not such a bad strategy, but you got to have a reason other than just coming and get fuel right now to come to pit road.
And he will stay on the lead lap.
There comes his teammate. 24's on pit road now.
And Jeff Gordon's car, frankly, hasn't been that good today either.
Hadn't been very good at all. They're just trying to, they're gambling.
But I'm going to tell you what, we talked about cars working together. Now, there you see Jimmy Johnson in the 48, Greg Biffle in the 16. They're hooked up together. They don't need to race each other. They just need to stay in line as long as one's not holding the other one up.
And there's Michael back in. I don't know, Larry. This strategy doesn't appeal to me.
No, I agree, Darrell. It's very risky.
It doesn't appeal to me.
If your car's bad, why not? But if your car's in contention to win,
The only thing they're thinking is okay, if a caution came out, those other guys would have to come to pit road, possibly, and we wouldn't. And we'd get to, when they came to pit road, we'd stay out.
But if those guys come to pit road and get tires, that could put you in trouble out there.
Just a lot of ifs. Too many ifs for me.
But it's nice talking about it.
Yeah. Lord, I was born a gambling man.
30 laps, 75 miles to go at Pocono.
Some people were just born lucky. Life didn't hand them a silver spoon. It handed them something much cooler. Busch Beer. For 20 years running, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series.
One pizza, one pizzone.
What's a pizzone?
The Pizzone. It's back at Pizza Hut. Now get any large pizza for your family and get a Pizzone of your own for only $2.99.
What's a pizzone?
It's a big taste in a big folded pizza crust filled with cheese and luscious ingredients like pepperoni or fresh veggies. Everything deliciously sealed inside and baked to perfection, plus marinara sauce. Just $2.99 when you buy any large pizza at regular price. No one makes the whole family happy like Pizza Hut.
So this is a pizzone.
Now this here, that's the drain plug. It lets the oil drain out into the pan. Remember, she's got a lot of mileage on her, but one day, she'll be all yours.
Help keep the family car in the family with Valvoline's Max Life. Max Life, the first motor oil specially formulated to recondition used seals to help prevent leaks, helping your higher mileage engine run for a long, long time.
After our naps, we'll flush the radiator.
Now there's an entire line of Max Life products that'll help keep your higher mileage car around for a long time.
To sell homes, success goes to the most experienced, the best trained, the hardest driven. At RE/MAX, our success is your success, and our track record is second to none. RE/MAX, outstanding agents, outstanding results.
You can have a 55 Chevy or a fancy little pickup truck.
Why do more champions drive Chevy?